duties up against Lippman?
Yeah, it is a little bit. It could be a good move. You don't know. He's very good around the ground and obviously uses the footy.
Quarter one is underway here at the main oval, and Lippman, as we predicted, tapped it straight down towards Descent. And we have another ball up. Umpire Cullis crossed his arms, and we'll do this one again as the two ruckmen go at it. This time, Nagel gets a hand on it, clears it out towards Wallace. He squeezed the handball back, but it was picked off by Ambler. Marsh has it. The right foot kick around his body. Low press goes up, can't mark. Good spoil back there by Thacker. It was Hurley in the end. Gets a squeezing kick out towards Dowse. Close to the boundary line. He keeps it in grandstand side at Sales main oval. And we'll have a boundary throw in 36 seconds in, true centre wing. Any key matchups at the moment, boys? Is it straight Poppy 6 on 6? Are we liking this at the moment?
We are liking it at the moment. I really like the way Traralgon is set up. Get first tap down to around half forward flank, spills over the boundary. Connor Ambler on that occasion, last person to touch the ball. So right half forward flank, Traralgon, as you heard, kicking to the right of your radio in the early minutes of this first quarter. It's Lippman up against Nagel. Lippman, tap down, nice work. Back of the pack though, Traralgon, numbers at the base of the ball. Can't take possession, flipped out to Martin. He kicked to centre wing, cut off, no. Nice work by Quino. He 1 against 3, takes ball and all. Good work, Laprise comes through. In fact, you'll find that's Musto, big body, left foot kick towards half forward flank, Traralgon into attack.
Goes to the wing. Quino was out there as well. Picked up nicely by Marsh. He handles back to the wing where Musto had it. Gave it to Quino again. They reload. Top of the 50. Lippman goes back. Just missed it. Descent was back there. Gathered it. Got crunched in a tackle. Umpire said play on. Lippman has to go again. Head over it. Martin puts a strong tackle on. Keeps his feet. Now he goes to ground. Good strong work by the Maroons early. The umpire has no other option but to ball it up. 55 metres out. Still no score.
Tell you what, nice hit behind play. Taking time to get up was Jordan Descent. Hit fairly. Ball was the target of the Maroons forwards, and we'll see another bounce stand take place. We left half forward flank about 55 metres from Traralgon's goals. Connor Ambler, the last person to get up for the Maroons. But I can tell you right now, the home side know they've got some visitors who mean business.
So over the top, Nagel tapped it straight down to Laverty. Got a quick boot to ball, goes towards Gooch direction. Can't mark it. His second effort was fantastic. Gave a handball up looking for his Glenane it was. So a kick off the ground, goes towards Brad Descent, sliding on all fours, tapping it towards the boundary line and in front of Connor Little. And it goes over for a boundary throw. And Nathan Scurry at ground level for Carpet Country.
Jackson McMahon, boys, he's the one who's gone to Gooch. Jackson Hall has gone to Gooch, boys. So that should be a cracking matchup today.
Ball comes back into play. Lippman put it straight down. Martin swooped on it, gave a nice handball to Wallace. He got tackled immediately. Vecenovic put a good tackle on as well. Now it's Allison. His handball was smothered. The pressure from the Maroons has been good early. Close to the boundary line again. And that's an important part on a day like today, Poppy. This wind and rain, it's got to be tough in the clinches.
Yeah, no question. Both sides, though, got a fair sprinkling of strength and body size about them. So ball thrown back in on the arc of 50. Nice tap forward it was by the big man in Hector. Sale into attack now and kick smothered will find itself over the boundary line. Will it? The contest still on yet. No ball to be thrown back in. 20 metres out from Sale's goals. Kicking to the scoreboard end of the Sale Oval. Just got a message from our friends at Hotondo Homes, who you'll find working at Cobain's Estate just down the road here at Sale, to say enjoy the afternoon. They'll be enjoying afternoon at one of their beautiful display homes as well.
So the ball came in, no one really got that one away. So we got another stoppage inside forward 50 there for the Magpies. And again, Nagel will take this one, but inside the 50 there, it's a shocking throw. Gooch was taking the ruck work for the Magpies. That was a shocking throw by Mr. Tim Sexton, the man himself. Again, this one, good work. He got this one right. The wind took it away a little bit. Martin swooped on the back of that one. A quick little kick. It goes back out. This time Connor Little just blazed away. Lippman was the resting ruckman back there who can mark on his chest and start to reload. And all the players now roll up. Half of the ground they're in. Lippman puts it towards the 50. Little was the one that flew. No one can mark it. Handball out there from Descent. Comes away, but it was picked up by Wilson of the Maroons. Clearing kick towards half forward. It gets going as the wind takes that one over. And I think that might be a common theme this afternoon. We've got another boundary thrown on the far side.
Yeah, it appears that way, doesn't it? It's, I think, whichever side actually feels comfortable first with these quite tricky conditions might be able to steal a break. But interestingly enough, we've gone 5 minutes, no score, and no one really even threatening to score. He's a big unit, that guy, isn't he, for Sale? Littman. He gets a tap ball, Littman, and Sale try to mount a attack from half forward. They do it. Come grandstand side, it was through Shane 5. It's all Traralgon though. Nice work. The Maroons have got some numbers around the ball. Got time to settle. Can they find a teammate? They come. Grandstand side. It's nice work by Tate Marsh. Tate Marsh from 75 kicks to the pocket. Good the target's there. Nice leg too. In Jess Jackway couldn't take the ball. Got hands to it, but just spills over the line. We're only 10 metres from Traralgon's goals. They're kicking to the clubhouse end of Sale. As Nathan on the boundary said just a few moments ago, no real advantage either end, but there is a very strong breeze directly across the ground.
Still no score. 5 minutes in. Front spot there was Lopez. Quick work. Yuri has a snap around his body for the first score of the afternoon. And it is a minor score. And that is on your Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. Super Saturday on today with a massive savings store wide. As Lockie Ronke, as the rain starts to fall here at Sale, will bring this one into play. Unloads with his right boot, goes a long, long way. He's a nice, prodigious kick out towards Littman out the back. Little toe poke forward nicely to Descent, who tapped it onto 5. His kick goes high. Descent front spot. Jens comes out to meet it, drops the football and it goes again. Collins now kicks it off the ground. Cameron was there. Good work by McClendon to put a tackle on all fours and lock this one in. We'll get a ball up 55 metres out from Sale's goal. That was good transition. Lockie Ronke was the one, a long kick out of full back. Yeah, good play there by Sale. Moved the ball forward nicely. This isn't about skill and ability today. It's about scratching, biting, fighting for every single ball, and they're doing that right now. As Sale, again, try to mount an attack. Nicely done there by Conolita. Gives off and gives to Jackson Hall. His kick eases the pressure momentarily as Broadbent comes out. Nice kick to left half forward flank. 2-on-1. The 2 in favour of Sale. And it's going to be Shane 5 first to the ball. In fact, beaten by the boundary. 60 metres from Traralgon's goals. Again, on the outer side of this Sale Oval. We'll be saying that a fair bit today. And just the minor score to Traralgon at the, 7-minute mark of this first quarter. As the ball comes back into play. And, wow. Well, the umpire threw it in on the far side. And it actually nearly went back to him.
Who
on
would
the
be
foot.
a boundary umpire on that side of the ground today?
No, exactly. Take 2, and it comes in nicely. Nagel had the angle on it nicely, put it down. Martin handballed out the back of the pack. Lonckery, it was Lockie Ronke, as I combined both first and surnames. He puts it on the boot, goes to half forward. Falling over there was Cameron. Allowed Gooch to run on it. Runs to 55, lowers the eyes. No one's there. McClendon's got a couple of metres on it. Jens comes out to help. Great work there by Jens to slide and cause little pressure. Little, good strong tackle as he gave up there. It was Tate Marsh, was it what? No, who Jack McGlinden was the one, put a strong tackle on Gordian as Jack McGlinden 50 metres out, unloads. It's a low piercing kick to the top of the square. No one can mark, but over the back. Freeman ran onto it and put it through. The first goal of the afternoon goes to Sale in Jared Freeman.
Yeah, that was some quality. Jack McGlinden was out here on the wing, just a run-down tackle which caused the turnover there for Sale. So you're just going to have to scrap these goals today, aren't you, boys? Like it's going to go in. It's not going to be pretty. You just got to try and work hard, scrap and fight as much as you can, and try and finish off when you get your chances.
And our first look at the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard comes at the 8-minute mark of the first quarter, where Jared Freeman has got 1 goal straight on the board for Sale. Traralgon 1 behind.
So the umpire's got it back in the middle of the ground. Littman, and again there's a centre square infringement. It was Hector giving it away, so Sale get it. A quick handball out from McKay to Gooch direction inside 50. No one can mark it. Little handball back to Gordian. He kicks it out towards the half-back flank. Nice little mark there by Neocleus, who handballs now onto Marsh. Had to work for it. He goes back to Hildebrand, and he kicks a barrel towards half forward, but it's all Sale, and Sweeney takes the diving mark in the end unopposed. Probably should have done some more with that Traralgon then. Had numbers, just panicked a bit. As nice as it is to see a torpedo these days, it wasn't to the right spot. Ball now centre wing in front of our commentary position. Traralgon first to the ball again.
Got it, boys.
Skills.
That's me in that hut down there.
Nice work, Nathan, the boundary line. Gives the ball back to the boundary umpire. Acknowledges the crowd at the same time. Just making sure that Paul Carter saw the stat. As the ball comes back in, Littman, big fist. McKay was there. Good work at ground level by Nagel. North gave it to Hector. He's barreling kick to half forward. Wallace couldn't mark it.
Great work at ground level, Neocleus. Hildebrand this time around the body, one-on-one. Stockdale goes back. Good work on that occasion by Nick Dowse, who was able to spoil it and get a boundary throw in on this side of the ground. And 9.5 minutes in, the margin is 5 points in favour of the Magpies on what is pretty tough conditions here at Sale. Wind is blowing, rain is still falling. Ground in good nick, might get a little bit slippery from this stoppage. Good work by Musto. Towards the top of the square it goes. No one can really gather it. Neocleus had to work hard. Dowse is there as well. Again, squeezing a handball close to the boundary line. Eventually goes over. And we'll do this one again, Poppy.
Yeah, pressing forward, Traralgon. So 34 of 36 players in the Traralgon half of the ground at the moment. The ball just 25 metres out from Traralgon goals. Boundary upper throws it in, doesn't make the contest. So
with the wind.
He had the wind on that occasion, you're right. So pretty tricky all round. Players and umpires even struggling in the conditions. This one's a touch better, but only a touch. Broadbent, front position. Around the stoppages, Traralgon are getting the numbers to the ball, and they'll get a nice opportunity as a result through Mitch Musto, whose big body feeds it out. Nicely done. Goes searching for Laprise, is it? Or it might be Tate Marsh. Goes inboard. Nice kick too. Lee Stockdale on the lead on the arc of 50. Won't make the distance you wouldn't have thought. Looking for some options. I can tell you right now he's got 30 players inside the forward 50 as he changes direction, keeps possession. Cody Wilson from 55, big kick, falls just a metre or so short, and the man at the last line of defence is Jack Lippman.
Takes the mark, he squares it out wide. The run out there was Jaden Allison. Nice little inboard kick. Found Collins on his half-back flank. He can turn and run. Sale look good in transition at the moment towards the Gooch direction. Can't quite mark it. Cameron does well. Coming in quickly to help out there was Jordan Dowsett. Ball now still in dispute. Quino just hacked it off the ground. Broadbent can gather it and run, and handball now to Lee Stockdale. He kicks another barrel. We've had two in the first quarter. But going back nicely there was Nick Dowse to mark unopposed for the Magpies and clear it out towards Zach Hurley. And inside 50s at the moment, Paul Carter.
Yeah, 6 apiece, but Traralgon have had the last 3.
So Hurley chipped it over the top there to Allison. Marks unopposed, just slowing things up. Sale certainly do look good when they get the footy on transition, except they break down a little bit at half forward. The Traralgon defence has been good so far. A big spoil over the back. Big lumbering ruckman / forward in Nagel has to go down and pick it up. Does well. Gets through one tackle now. Gives it to Hall. He got tackled quickly. And no opportunity, you'd think. And the umpire will ball it up. 60 metres out from Sale's goal. 12 minutes in, the margin is 5 points.
Yeah, Sale going forward 50 with a bit more purpose than Traralgon, who are barreling the ball in without the numbers there. Nicely done. Wallace at the bottom. Traralgon get a quick kick forward though. Running with the flight of ball, needing some courage, was Jesse Jackway. Didn't flinch an inch. Nicely done. In the spill though, finding himself with the ball is Mapleson. Looked for a teammate, can't find it. They've got good numbers though, the home side. And they bust through the pack. A free kick paid, no advantage. The free kick will come back and be paid possibly to Mapleson, or is it Ollie Collins? Ollie Collins is the man with the ball. Out of sight, centre wing for Sale. Goes along the line towards right half forward flank. Nice contest. Third man up though for Traralgon was Darren White. Punched the ball, found the boundary. Boundary throw in. 60 metres from Sale goal. Sale at the moment, the one major score. Traralgon, the one behind. 5 points the difference.
That's on your Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. Nathan Scurra, the matchups down back for the Traralgon side. Have you worked on those for us?
I haven't yet. But
good work at ground level. Thank you. Head over the foot
talking to the crowd about the stat he got.
Yeah, still signing autographs.
I've just got my average that I got for the last 5 years of my footy career.
I'll give you a couple of moments to work on those for us. Ball comes back into play, top of the 50. Well, short throw in, good work there by Nagel. Got it out in the direction there of Ambler, who was quickly tackled by McKay, and we've got another boundary throw in. Are we taking boundary throw-ins on the far side stats, Paul?
Distances.
I think in the first 13 minutes of play, distance and numbers, we've had about 7 or 8 of them already. Again, back into play. Good work by Nagel. It's been a good little move so far. Little kick off the ground by Ambler, and guess what? Let's hit repeat. Another boundary throw-in. The ruck tap outs at the moment, something we didn't suspect pre-game, was Jay Nagel going into the ruck.
Nagel's had 7 hit-outs. Jack Lippman's had 9 to this stage.
Well, I guess with Jack away into the side, it allows them to go forward with low press, and that just gives that extra tall maybe to compete. I'll give that one to Lippman. Got it towards the boundary line. McKay was a kick off a step. Collins now runs onto. He's been busy early. Ball now in dispute. Cameron came to help out. Gave it to Vicenovic. His kick goes higher than it does longer. So the umpire said play on. Collins goes again, got one high, and he'll win himself a free kick. Top of the 50, too far out to score. Brad Descent leads, presents, they'll go in that direction. Strong lead, great spoil by Yetch. Still top of the 50 it is. Again, McKay, kick was smothered by Musto, and then Musto put a strong tackle on McKay. Good work by the Maroons. A chain of handballs lands out there in the hands of Marsh, who goes half forward, looking for a teammate in, was Jesse Jackaway. Couldn't mark it. And again, got a boundary throw in, and it's great to see Ed Richards doing the boundary work here at Sale this afternoon after a big game last night.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I tell you what, it'd be nice to have a sponsor for the boundary throwings on the opposite side. I reckon they'd get plenty of promotion, wouldn't they? Hey, nice work by Cody Wilson, in fact, who took the ball out of that stoppage and finds, I reckon it was Darren White. Darren White taking ball and all to ground. Some good fight ground level. Traralgon again edge it forward. This is where they're breaking down around half forward. Couldn't find a winner there, so Sale now through Wallace spills the ball out. It's a real dogfight there. The ball will be taken by the umpire. Neither side can passage, so there'll be a boundary throw in just short of left half forward flank. Traralgon out of side of the ground, kick into the clubhouse end. As we say, trailing by 5 points. We've played 17 minutes first quarter.
Lippman tapped it down out the back was Wilson. Now Ambler swooped on a game. Handball was picked off though by Laverty. McKay now has to run onto it. Wilson closes again. Keeps his feet, does Wilson, then wins the football. And then he just lost it. He gave away a free kick. So he did 2 or 3 nice things, and then that was a really bad one because he's given away 50 on Chris Laverty and a little bit of frustration. And last week, they spoke about being undisciplined, this Maroon side, during the week. Mark Collison certainly won't be happy with that.
Behind play, nice work by Kane Martin. Gave one high to Laprise. Didn't appreciate the attention, and that's going on.
So Laverty kicks it towards the leading target in Descent. Front spot was Wallace. Good, strong work by the defence there of the Maroons. They've been good early. But Chenovich got tackled quickly. McClendon has to work hard. Now Cameron comes in, goes straight towards the boundary line. The umpire, Sexton, says no, that was okay. We'll throw this one in only 10 metres around from Sale's goal. They lead it at the moment by 5 points. It's been really tough in the clinches. And Nagel's done all the ruck work for the Maroons in this first quarter. Martin tapped it forward. Wilson now trying to make up for that mistake. Won the football. And again, Laverty and Martin just starting to get a little bit of niggle. As Martin gets up and looks at Wilson. Wilson won't take a backward step there. A free kick. Oh. It was boiling over. It's going to go in the way of Wilson. Well, the retaliator.
You stole the words out of my mouth then, Darryl. The retaliator always gets caught.
Yep, and that was Martin, the retaliator. Wilson had the free kick, got it towards the wing. Out there is Mapleson. Happy to see that go over for a boundary throw-in on the Richards wing.
I think the frustration's just got the better of Martin. As we said a few moments ago, Laprise was giving him some special attention. Didn't really like it. If the umpire was watching, he would have given away a free kick then. But anyway, moments later, that happened. The ball on the outer side of the ground, thrown back in. Sale again, just edging the ball forward, metre by metre, but it's all Traralgon here. They've got time to set up, and they do just that. Nicely done. Hector, the ball. Now Traralgon will drop the ball. Nice tackle too. Nice tackle it was by Jack McLinden, who has the ball outer side wing for Sale. Looks up the line. He's going to threaten the forward 50. Won't make the distance. Should have marked that ball, the big Traralgon defender in Bailey Cameron. Didn't. Ball goes to ground. Nice numbers. Nicely done by Gooch. Big man playing at ground level. Again, Traralgon with the numbers, but just can't find clear passage with the ball. And the boundary umpire will come in, lend a hand and throw it back in. We're still 75 metres out from Sale's goals. Outer side of the ground.
Come back in to play the ball with Lippman again. This one tapped it down. North was there. Squeezed a handball out closely to the boundary line. Working hard now is Yuri. He tried to kick it off the ground and nearly in the run there of Mitch Musto. And again, another boundary throw in. We're up to number 15 as Adam Wallace, Nathan Scarr at ground level.
Onto it, mate. Yeah, just limping off. I've got a feeling it might be just a corky, boys. I'm not sure. He's heading into the rooms now.
Dr. Riviera down there.
I said it could be. I said it could be.
Yeah, the disclaimer there, it could be. From this stoppage, works hard there for the Magpies. Look to be Laverty at ground level. Couldn't quite get any handball out. And again, we've got a ball up on the centre wing. Key numbers early, Paul. Anything that's standing out from your end?
Tate Marsh has had 7 disposals at the moment. Mitch Mustoe 6, Allison 3, and Jack Lippman 4.
Keep going there if you like. Cody Wilson.
Kane Martin has had 2 kicks, 2 handballs. Brad McKay 3 kicks. Chris Laverty 2 kicks and a handball. Shane Fife a couple of kicks. Connor Ambler 4 disposals. Connor Little 2.
Well,
couple to Chris Urey.
Just on that, there's a blood rule, and Cody Wilson's the one that's got a little bit of claret coming from his nose. The umpire called the player on, and Traralgon thought they could bring 2 on, and they were told Jackson Hall to get back. So we're back underway here. 20 minutes have gone in the first quarter. Head over there was Laverty, working out great handball out by North. Marsh just overran it. McClendon runs onto this one, has 2 goes at it, 3 goes, missed it. Jordan Descent does well to handball backwards. Laverty didn't really take possession. It's bobbling around. A quick kick there by Mustoe for the Maroons. Inside forward 50. Jack away flew. No mark. At ground level there looks to be Mapleson. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. Or inside the Maroons forward 50. Yet to register a major. Lopez will take it. Lippman disposed of him pretty easy. And nice tap to Laverty. Got tackled. Mart was in there as well. So Lippman goes again. Puts boot to ball, goes high out towards the wing. Gooch direction, can't mark. Bailey Cameron does well, kept his feet, twisting, turning. Got tackled by Allison. It's close to the boundary line. North was just shoved in the back, and the umpire said, that's okay. Let's do it. We'll ball it up just inside the field of play. 21 and a half minutes gone. On your Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, Sale 1 straight 6, Traralgon 1 behind.
So Nagel gets hands to ball, again finds teammate, but they can't find room to move. Nagel's taken ball and all. It's still at the left half forward flank, Traralgon into attack. Be interested to hear the quarter time stats. Sale lead on the scoreboard. The stats probably pretty much reflect the evenness of the contest at the moment. Mitch Dowse for Sale. It goes forward only as far as Quino, who's left-handed handball. Only found the big ruckman from Sale in Lippman, and a quick kick forward by Bailey Cameron. Only gains metres before Jordan Descent grabs. Goes long, nicely done. Gooch on the end of it. Can he beat his opponent? He can. And now we're inside forward 50, but it's Traralgon who takes a mark. Connor Little takes the ball. He's got some room to move. Grandstand side. Jess Jackaway feeds off. Here we go. Traralgon's best chance for a little while. Tate Marsh towards right half forward flank. First player there, Connor Ambler. If anyone can make something from nothing, he can. But he can't beat the boundary, and that's the most important thing. So on the intersection of forward 50 and boundary, there'll be a boundary throw-in. Traralgon into attack, grandstand side.
What I've noticed early is those sides that are willing to take the risk and to switch things up will certainly be rewarded. But on a day like today with the conditions, you've got to be really brave. As Hildebrand from the stoppage put on the boot. It's a great looking kick. It's going back on the last line of defence. It was touched in the end. And it was Sweeney, or was it Dowse? I think it was Dowse at the end. Had to wait, and eventually rush her behind. Paul Carter.
And on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, the first score for 14 minutes in this game. It's 2 behinds Traralgon, 1 goal straight Sale.
Ronke went short to Sweeney. He chips it over the top to Dowse, who marks it in his back pocket. Is Dowse. That's Mitch Dowse for the Magpies, I think, or is it the other Dowse? Either way, he kicks it out wide. Nagel goes up. He had 2 bites at it, nearly claimed the mark, and now he sweeps a handball in. They deliver inside 50. Lee Stockdale just put 1 hand at it and ended up being paid the mark. He picked it off from Rowan Hildebrand. He looks to be too far out to score. He's right on 50. He kicks it to the fat side. Working out there nicely. Goes up was North. Couldn't mark it. Big spoil. Laverty grabbed it. Gave it backwards to Martin. His kick, the clearing one out at offensive 50. Comes out towards Mapleson. Connor Little was the one closing. Mapleson does well to keep it in, and Little was happy to see that go over for a boundary throw-in in front of the grandstand here at Sale on a wet and cold afternoon. There's not many of the past players this afternoon, and we have a 4-point margin in favour there of Sale. They lead at the moment, 1 straight 6, 2 behind. Ball comes back into play. Lippman disposed of Broadbent, trying to bust his way through was Mustoe. Descent put on Stracker. Oh, good strong hit there from Mitch Dowse on Timmy North, and he's going to take a while to get up, but as a true North does, he pops up pretty well.
He does too, and starts to walk south, which is always a good sign. Traralgon into attack, right half forward flank, grandstand side. So there's been some good contests. We've got Lippman up against Broadbent at the moment in the ruck. Lippman, the bigger body, will edge his opponent out, gets hands to ball. Traralgon taps it forward, only gains a metre before Mackay. Kick around the corner. Nice work. Quino beaten to the ball though by Kane Martin. Left foot kick forward, finds a winner. Nicely done too. And it's Brad Descent who has the ball. He'll kick from just outside forward 50, slightest of angles.
This is the one.
To give you some sort of indication, he'll need to kick to the left point post if he goes for goal. No, he goes in the corridor.
Oh.
The kick needed to be perfect, and it wasn't. The first player there will be Mackay. Goes back inboard, tackled. The pressure relief through Stockdale. Goes towards the outer side. The runner is Jess Jackway, who won't beat the boundary, although he had the edge on his opponent in Thacker. And directly on the outer side of the Sale Oval, there'll be another boundary throw-in. Played 25 minutes. There's only been 3 scoring shots. Can you believe that? And only 1 goal scored to the home side.
Back into play. This time, Littman in the front spot, won it well. Sale at ground level. Good work there by Traralgon and Jordan Descent it was. And it'd be remiss of me not to say Poppy, Jordan Descent. Not Descent. I have spoken to both Mum and Dad, and they've told me off a number of times. So I just want to help you out,
yes,
Poppy.
Thank you.
Quick kick, Lockie Ronke dives and takes a mark. And I know that because Justin Descent's going to provide us with some nice little afternoon tea here in the commentary box this afternoon as Lockie Ronke drives it towards top of the 50, crashing his way through, falls now into that man, Jordan Descent, right on cue. Puts it straight through the middle. And if you don't mind, Poppy, there you go. Jordan Descent gets his first of the afternoon with the Magpies.
Well, I'll tell you who's going to be a vital figure in this game, and that's Lockie Ronke, boys. He's got a penetrating, long, massive boot. It's just meterage today, isn't it? It's just slipping on. You can kick it. You can get it nearly 70 metres with the skid today. And he's just gone and done that again then, off half back. Just kicked it long. Got it in there, just tried to scrap it out. Every goal was going to be a scrap today. Exactly the same, and it was finished off well.
10-point lead at the 26-minute mark of the first quarter on the Harvey Norman Computers GIPPSLAND scoreboard. Sale 2 goals straight, 12. Traralgon 2 behinds, 2 points.
Littman, so Broadman and Littman, sorry. I'm still recovering from Descent and got a little bit excited. I'm desperate to call him now, so I'll just mention him anyway. Descent, who kicked that last goal. The ball, Littman gets a hand down. Nicely done. Good hard work inboard. No one can get the ball out. Descent with the ball and player. Good work.
Jack Littman's 20th hit out.
Well, there you go. We've had a few stoppages. No one really got that one. I'll give it to him on the second one, though. Out the clearance there was Allison coming in quickly. A quick around the body looked to be Hector. Comes inboard now. Good squeezing handball from Darren White. Gave it away to Wilson. Twisting around on his right boot. Great kick. Found Timmy North, top of the 50. They've got numbers everywhere. If they can get it, they should be 50.
Wow.
No. Wow. Umpire said no. He was on the mark. Ronke was okay. So North had to square it up to the grandstand side. And he found Tate Marsh, who is one that keeps his width very nicely. He does, Tate Marsh. And he'll go back. 50-metre penalty there, boys. Did umpire Sexton miss that one?
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, there's one.
I know you're big on that one, Scud.
Yeah, I am. In that encroachment zone area, the protected area. In the end, Marsh will have a shot right on 50. It's a shocking wobbling kick. It's going to drop short, and reading it nicely back there is our man, Jordan Descent, for the Magpies, who I think is a bit of a smoky for our True to Ward and Rodder medal winner this year for the league. He went short out wide there to Zach Hurley. So Hurley comes inboard. Lockie Ronke, here we go. He could unload here and get this out to the wing. He gets it to the grandstand side, looking for Glenane. Can't mark it. Jackaway has to work hard going back. Slides down.
Oh.
That could be a free kick. Which way? Umpire said no. Play on. Good work. Good decision in the end, I think. Going hard back at ground level there with Gordian. Kick up the ground. Sales way. Closing quickly on that occasion. Outset. Quino did well. Got it back to Little. Gordian it was. A boundary umpire did well to elude a closing Douse, and Nick Douse played on quickly, drove it inside forward 50. Freeman goes up, went straight through his fingers. Ball now comes to ground. Descent tried a fresh area. Now Allison swooped on it directly in front. Flying shot late in the first quarter, and going back nicely is Wilson Gordian, and it goes over for another minor score.
2-1-13 Sale on the Harvey Norman Computers GIPPSLAND scoreboard, leading by 11 points.
Vucenovic kicked it into Hall, who got it out wide to Connor Ambler. Rod Popplestone on TRFM right across Gippsland and the Valley.
So Ambler, defensive 50, outer side of the ground, goes along towards that outer side wing where the ball spent most of this first quarter. Traralgon with numbers at the contest. Quick kick forward. Punched down by Lippman. Lippman, in fact, tried to bend that big frame down to pick it up. He couldn't. Nicely done, Ronke. First player there. Quick kick. No play-on's the call. Traralgon claiming the mark. Spills out the back. And they've got time to settle now. They'll settle through Hildebrand. Takes the ball. In fact, you'll find that's for Genovich. For Genovich on that left foot.
Oh, Ambler.
Keeps possession. Put Ambler up in a contest. He is equal to it. Can he find a teammate? He can. Nicely done. It's Darren White in front of our TR commentary position towards half-forward flank. It wasn't the most confident of marks, but it's a mark nevertheless by Will Broadbent. From 65, kicks to the top of the square. Laprise is the target. The ball rushed through, though, by Harvey... Help me out.
Neocleus.
It's one of the few names that's longer than Popplestone. Neocleus that was on the last line of defence. Spills it over for another minor score. So Traralgon 3 behind. Two of those rushed. Sale 2-1-13.
30 minutes have gone, opening quarter. Laverty will bring it into play. Kicks a nice drop punt in the direction of Lippman. Nagel read it okay. It got over the back though. Vucinovic sliding towards the boundary line. And for the 88th time in the first quarter, we've got a boundary thrown by Ed Richards on the far wing. It's good to see these AFL footballers giving back to country football, doing the boundary this afternoon. As ball comes back into play, Nagel hit it straight down. Uri at ground level, right on the quarter time siren. It's been a tough slog here at Sale. Ground is in good nick, however the wind and rain causing a little bit of havoc. It is Sale 2-1-13. Traralgon 3 behind at quarter time, and that's on your Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. This is Gippsland Live on TRFM, and we're doing it for Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Here we go. Second quarter is about to get underway, and we do it for Greenham Gippsland. Up they go. Big tap there by Nagel. No one can really win it out. Going back there was Hildebrand to pick it up. It was ripped out of his hands there by McKay. There's about 15 around of it. Musto with strength. Goes through 2 or 3 of them. Right foot boot goes towards half forward. Sweeney's the one there for the Magpies to lead the way. He just overran it. Allowed Dylan Lopez to dive into him and drag it in. As he pulled it in, the umpire said no, he didn't have an opportunity. And we'll pull it up. Attacking 50 for the Maroons.
A couple of updates in Gippsland Atro, boys. Liam Gather, quarter time, 4 goals, 2 Morwell, 1 goal.
Ball comes back down, and trying to work it there was Musto again, and Wallace, who seems to have covered. Back to you, Poppy.
Druin 1 goal 4, Bensdale 1 goal 2. Warrigal leading Moe 3-4 to 3-1.
And that is, of course, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland Stores. The round the ground scores there from this stoppage. Going back with a quick kick. There, Traralgon Lockie Ronke dropped the mark that he should have taken. He was able to recover, and then his nice drop punt goes from the half back to half forward line. Collins goes back. That's Ollie Collins who really made a contest of it. Great strong tackle there by Gooch, who goes again. And as the Maroons were just about to handle out the back to get a free run at it, John Gooch put a strong tackle on and caused this stoppage. Half forward flank Lippman and Nagel again. Taps it down. No one can win it except for North. He squeezes a handball out to Marsh. He gets it further afield, but it's picked off. Dowse gave it to Laverty. He kicks it a mongrel punt towards half forward. Going back, Little had a couple of bites at it. In the end, was able to take it, slow things up, and got it out there towards Hayden Hector. Kicks towards the wing in front of White. Missed the target and goes out of bounds on the full.
A bit too cute there in these conditions. I think Nath made the point at quarter time as Sweeney brings the ball back in for Sale. It's all about meterage, and there's no room for really much error in skills. As roving off the pack beautifully there is Dowse. Dowse breaks the pack outside 50, kicks to within metres, but nicely positioned in front of the pack was Gordian for the Maroons. He leaves the pressure. Got a couple of runners grandstand side, one of which is Tate Marsh. Had a bit of the ball today, 2 Tate Marsh, as Paul Carter told you at quarter time. The lead is on by Big Laprise. The ball doesn't make that distance. Nicely done. Good work there by Wallace, who gives to Descent, and Descent goes short to McLinden, who's on an almost impossible angle. I did get a text at quarter time though, but a mate of mine, Ian Wallace, he said he used to kick them from everywhere here. I reckon he would have found today pretty tough, McLinden. With the boundary to his left side and the goals to his right, he'll kick, and he goes for a punt kick. Pretty unusual rather than the check side. Nice mark. I thought should have been paid, was not paid. The big man for Brad Descent will think himself unlucky for that, and I reckon I'll have that name right by about 3/4 time.
Ball back into play, inside 50 it is for the Magpies. McKay squeezed to kick out. Martin tried to crash his way through. So did Descent. Now Vucinovic got tackled when he didn't have the football. Play on, they said. They're letting things go, the umpire. It's what we like to see. Wilson on all fours, try to squeeze a handball. Douse, that's Mitch variety. Put some strong tackle on. Ball still bobbling around it in dispute. Nagel flicked it out. A big tap forward by Yuri. Out there was Musto again, who slapped it into some open space. Gooch squeezed a handball backwards to, that looks to be Sweeney. His kick goes straight up and down. Ronke did well with a fist on it. Sliding in was North. Now Laverty goes in. It's scrappy football in the middle. Rocky kicks it about 2 metres. Football bobbles around. Now Rocky able to kick it inside 50. Brad Descent allows Cameron to overrun it. Here, so Descent swooped on it, kicked it around the body, and he kept it too skinny for a minor score. The first score in the second quarter, thanks to Greenham GIPPSLAND scoreboard. Paul Carter.
Takes Sale to 2-2-14, leading by 11 points over Traralgon, who are 3 behind, 3 points.
Vucinovic comes in, kicks to that pocket, the dead pocket there for North, who can chip it over the top to Quino. He marks it. They're about defensive 45 at the moment, as Nick Quino doesn't have too much on. He keeps it close to the boundary line for Yench. Oh, he should have taken the chest mark, made an absolute meal of it, and it goes over for a boundary throw in. And I'll tell you, Razor Ray Sexton wishes he had a little bit more hair on his head this afternoon.
Yeah,
currently
wrong.
Feeling 6.6 degrees.
Ball thrown back in North. Ground level, taken. Couldn't get a leg on that ball. Nicely done by the big fella in Lippman of Sale. Gives off. Nicely worked by Ollie Collins. His kick for goal to offline and over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Just a metre to the right of the goals.
Defending well.
Sale. They are defending. They're hanging in there, aren't they, Nathan?
They're hanging
in there.
I'll tell you what you don't want to happen here from Traralgon is free kicks, because that's the only way Sale are going to get their easy goal today.
Well, let's have a look at this stoppage. Go off from the, it was Gooch in the front spot. Brad Descent came out to meet it. Overrunning it, there was Martin. A quick kick by Allison. And there it is. Well, he made something out of nothing there, did Jaden Allison. He was directly in front, but had to quickly get boot to ball and put it straight over the goal umpire's head. Sale have got 3.
Yeah, they have, and it's I've said this every goal, but they're just being scrappy goals. As soon as I say the only way they're going to get an easy goal's a free kick, they just kick one out of nowhere, but that's how it rolls. But I'll tell you I've been happy with Jack McLinden. I reckon he's been brilliant up in that forward 50, just creating pressure, making it hard for Traralgon to get it out of their back half.
And on the Greenham GIPPSLAND scoreboard, we have played 5 minutes into the second quarter. Sale 3-2-20, leading Traralgon, 3 behind, 3 points.
So Nagel will do battle with Lippman. Centre of Sale Oval. Neither player really got the advantage of that. Quick kick off the ground by Sales Douse, the player that Nathan just mentioned. First players there are Traralgon. I reckon for Traralgon it's now Laverty, in fact for Sale, who kicks the ball over the boundary line. He'll go over the boundary line, right half forward flank for Sale. They're into attack again. Their margins just spilled out to a dangerous 17 points. And I say dangerous because these conditions means kicking 3 goals is going to make it very hard work. Nice work by Lippman. Gets a good thump forward for Sale. First player there is Traralgon, and it's going to be Darren White, who beat Jackson Gleno to the ball. Lippman bends over, ball goes through, tunnel ball like, picked up by Laverty. He was picked up by Traralgon player, picked up without the ball, much to the disgust of Mitch Musto, who gave away that free kick. So Sales Laverty now will have that ball and kick from right half forward flank, and again threaten the Traralgon defence. Nicely done, back of the pack. Not being able to take it was Brad Descent. Spills outside 50. He butters up nicely. This time it's Jordan Descent. And Traralgon have got the numbers. They just can't get a handle on the ball, the Maroons, at the moment. In fact, players from both sides. It's slippery and slidey, rough and tough. Not smooth footy at all. Even trying to bust a pack there was Martin. He couldn't. Taken by Jackson Hall. Eases the pressure momentarily for Traralgon. A kick towards the grandstand wing. Brushed off beautifully by Jamie Sweeney. Kicks to within 30. Dropping the ball that he should have taken was Freeman. Picked up And the fourth goal, this one, Mitch Dowse, his first, Sales fourth. Wow, Magpies on a roll.
Yeah, they are. And it's very early on in the second quarter, but at the minute, Traralgon just can't get their hands on the footy, can they? They just, every time it goes in, it's one of the Sale guys, around the footy, winning the hard contested ball and just pushing it forward. But you mentioned it before, Geordie DeSant, I reckon he's been fantastic as well so far. In these conditions, the better players are clean around the ball, and he's been fantastic.
Sale now lead by 23 points at the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. Green and Gippsland scoreboard sees them on 4-2-26. Traralgon 3 behind, 3 points.
Rain continued to fall here at the nest as Littman got it up again. He had to do his groundwork as well. Quick kick off the ground from Martin. They go forward again. This time it's out towards Glenane. He squeezed a handball out. Wallace it was working hard. Nagel had to handball, but it went backwards in the end. A quick kick from Little to the middle of the ground. Ronke takes the mark right in the middle of the ground. He squares it up. They got some open space. Collins is the one. Half forward flank has to come out and meet it. There does McGlinden. Good work by Little again. Bailey Cameron was there to help. Little again dropped it. Now he got it close to the boundary line. And over it goes for a boundary throw. And that was Jordan Dowsett there for the Magpies coming out to meet it. Inside his forward 50.
A couple of updates in North Gippsland. Rosedale 1 goal 3, Yarram 2 goals 1, Hayfield 2 goals 1, Cowar 1 goal 2, TTU 3 goals 1, Woodside 1-1, Glengarry 1-1, Sale City 3-2.
And here Sale lead by 23 points at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. Head over the football. Hector was the one receiving it, kicks it towards the wing. Sweeney dropped the mark. Fresh area by Hildebrand. So Sweeney has to go again. He sort of dragged it in. Good work by Wilson to keep his feet. The look-away handball probably should have been a look-at-him handball as it missed Tim North. And we've got another boundary throw-in. Grandstand side here at Sale. Big moments brought to you by Monticello's, Pepper Jack Barossa, Cab Sav, Shiraz. $20 on a day like today in front of the Potbelly would
I'd
be
pay 35 today. I would.
Would you ever?
I'd normally pay.
Well, big moments because Traralgon need a goal desperately. They trail by 23 points. They go forward this time through White. Half forward downfield. It is. Ollie Collins was the one who gave away the downfield. And the free kick will go in the way of Neocleus. He plays on quickly. Right foot to the hot spot. Broadbent will fly early. Can't mark it. Marsh will swoop on this one. He can get it in front of Dowse. He goes back towards his left. Handball over the shoulder towards Ambler. Hard up at the boundary line. Does the discipline thing to the hot spot. No one can mark. Big spoil by Mapleson. Back there in the last line there was Allison to clear it out. And it goes in the direction of Glenane. Couldn't mark, but did well on the second effort. Handballs over the top. Traralgon are going to reload. They're going to go again. Marsh has it. Lowers the eyes. Hits up Wilson. He does. Marks it. Tight angle, 48 metres out. Surely can't make the distance from there. The dental floss windsock here at Sale says no. He puts it now to the hot spot again. Sweeney couldn't quite mark it. Good spoil. Quick kick by Neocleus. Last line was taken by Ronke for Sale. Is able to play on and clear it out in the direction there of Quino, who will take the mark for the Maroons, and he will unload and go back inboard towards the Jackaway direction. Can't mark it. Sale with the numbers. Jackaway does well. Sliding down on all fours. Lee Stockdale shrugged a tackle, then got his handball away. Good tackle by Musto. Wilson received it from Jackaway, but Quino unloads. Back inside 50 it goes for the Maroons. Lopez goes back and marks. Directly in front. Sweeney said, I got pushed in the back. And Razor Ray Sexton said no. Lopez took a nice mark.
To say they need this is an absolute understatement, and probably the praise in front of goal is what, best 50-50. He's only 25 metres out and directly in front, but it's no certainty from what I've seen of Laprese's goal kicking.
Exactly right. This will be a tough one. And with the breeze coming across his left shoulder, he'll need to start it towards the left goal post, kicking towards the Sale past Players Hill. The city end of the ground, starts at left, works it back, and just what they needed. Big moments for Monticello's. Lopez gets his first, and Traralgon's first.
Kicked through the ball then, boys, didn't he? He kicked it really hard towards the goal, which is what you need to do in these conditions. That all eventuated. It was probably a minute ago. It wasn't in the play leading up, but Ollie Collins is downfield. Sale took the mark on half back. Traralgon get the downfield. They get it inside 50, and it's either Traralgon go in or Sale go back the other way, and they had all the momentum. So that's just the little things that can happen in these type of games that can cause a result.
Yeah, you're right. The little things are going to make a big difference today in these conditions, Nath. As Traralgon have found out in the first quarter and a half, Sale doing those little things better, and that little quick kick forward falls in the hands of Kane Martin, spills the ball off, Can't get a clean possession. Ollie, Collins, the play he mentioned just a moment ago, fed it off to Martin. A quick kick to within 5 metres of the Sale goals. First player there, maybe McLinden, but he's beaten to the ball by the boundary. So again, there'll be a boundary throw in. Again, Sale into attack. And again, Traralgon under pressure. They're trailing by 17 points at the 13-minute mark, second quarter.
Boundary throw in. Inside 50, Desson will take it. He headbutted that one backwards. Hector was the one who swooped on it, got around the body, and it's going to go over for a boundary throw in. Paul Carter.
The Greenham GIPPSLAND scoreboard, that Traralgon first goal came at the 12-minute mark of the second quarter, 1-3-9. They're trailing by 17 points over Sale, who are 4-2-26.
While you're at it, Paul, I know there's only been 5 or 6 or 7 centre bounces. What's the numbers there?
The centre clearances this quarter, 3 to Sale, 1 to Traralgon.
Yeah.
Well, we've had 2 boundary throw-ins in the space of 10 seconds. And again, they'll go at it. Seems to be, 6 forwards for Traralgon inside their forward 50. And this stoppage is a half-forward flank, so very crowded for them at the moment. That's Sale's forward line, I should say. Very crowded. They wouldn't mind seeing Poppy, a couple of them roll up just to open it up a little bit for Brad Destin to lead into. Especially in this situation where we are at the moment, 70 metres out from their goal.
Yeah, quick kick forward, I guess. They're trying to get in that spot where they anticipate the ball might be, and if one does it, another follows, and all of a sudden you've got a crowd of players around the ball. As Traralgon now from defensive 50 just can't bust through the half-forward flank. It was Muster on that time who's put his body in nicely but can't take the ball as Glenane kicks the ball to within 25 metres, but a nice mark being taken by Kona Little. But if the Sale goal is just 20 metres behind him, he chooses to go towards the outer side of the ground, towards right half-back flank. Again, Sales have the numbers at the fall of the ball, and they feed it out to big Lippman. Lippman taken by the legs. Play on's the call. Free kick, I would have thought. Boundary throw-in will result. Left half-forward flank, Sale into attack.
Lopez was the tackler there at ground level.
Got to love that about Lopez, don't you? He cracks in, boys.
And then he now pushes back to be an option from this stoppage of the quick kick. So Lippman put it straight down towards Laverty. He missed it, so Lippman had to go again. Jordan Desson, the best on-ground performer thanks to Mercedes-Benz this afternoon. Kicked around the body. Gooch kept his feet. He can handle off to Glenane. He couldn't get it out. Great tackle. Holding the ball every day of the week. 2 tackles there from Cameron. Great work. As Big Gooch just couldn't quite get the handle out to the running. Glenane, as Cameron now puts it out, but it was picked off by Jordan Desson. He's going to reload. There's going to be 50. And it's my favourite rule. The encroachment rule. You can't get that close. I hate this rule. But that one I think was actually on as Jordan Desson was the one. It was very close as he went to wheel around on his right foot. And just in that danger area, that is 50-metre penalty. So directly in front. Not sure about that, but we'll go with it. As Jordan Desson already has one this afternoon. Comes in, puts it on its way, and
50.
Was there a whistle?
Oh.
It could have been
a goal. I think they were going to go 50 again.
Yep, and they've paid the advantage goal, if you can do that. Straight through the middle, Nathan.
Yeah, it was. And there wasn't a lot of time there. Scud was there when he did wheel around. He sort of played on relatively quickly, which didn't allow a lot of time for anyone to clear that zone. But free kicks and downfields and 50s, they're just going to kill sides today. You've just got to be as, try and not do that disciplined stuff as much as you can. Undisciplined stuff, sorry.
Jordan Desson becomes the first multiple goal kicker, and he's taking Sale to 23-point lead, 16-minute mark of the second quarter.
Alarm bells for Traralgon now. Need a centre break, they'll get it. Nicely done. Good work by Hector. Kicks towards half-forward flank, but guess what? It's all Sale. Shane Fife takes the easiest of marks. Centre half-back true on that left foot. He swings around. He's got an option out there in Mapleson. Finds that player. Wearing a long sleeve. Mapleson inboard. Kick was sweet. They're handling the ball nicely in the conditions. A quick handball forward by Descent. And Sale now find themselves with a chance through Brad Descent to kick their 6th, the 4th in this quarter.
Wow.
And they are on fire.
This
in
is
conditions that wouldn't be conducive to fire.
Exactly right.
I'll second that.
This is massive. Big moments are brought to you by Monticello's, and as we said, 17 minutes have gone. Second quarter, it's 23 points at the moment. They look to get this out to the 29-point margin. As he comes in, a little bit of a skip, gets to the right boot. On its way, the umpire rolls to his right, which means it's a minor score. And Brad Descent today, with this win, tricky. A minor score on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard. Solid jobs available at Greenham Gippsland Meatworks.
Sale now 5-3-33 to Traralgon 1-3-9, 17 and a half minutes into the second quarter.
As Jackson Hall plays onto himself, then puts the right boot on its way out towards Lippman direction. He had to have two defenders go with him. Five for the back of the pack, just starting to get a bit of the ball now. Kicks in towards the top of the 50. Collins is there. Picked off though by Marsh. It could be coming back. No, great work. Broadbent marked it, played on quickly. Yuri just at his toes. He squeezes one out. It allows Desson to come in. Gave the old 1-2 with Laverty. So Desson now has it. Slips over. Still gets a handball out. Laverty comes back in to help him. Traralgon have got some good numbers there. Wilson toe pokes it towards the boundary line under pressure. And we've got a boundary throw in as Hector and Laverty just have a bit of a howdy-doody on the outer side. And when your hands are freezing, that's the last thing you want to do is lay one on someone's chin.
Don't worry about the bloke who's getting hit, Daryl.
No, exactly right, because your chin would be cold as well. True, Nathan. From this stoppage, now I can quick kick in the direction there of Sale. They got it to half forward. Collins going to work hard at half forward flank. Nice little pick up. Boot to ball. Going back was Cameron, went through his legs. Quino has to be strong under a bit of pressure. McGlinden will close. Quino was up to it. Clearing kick outside 50 it goes. Marsh was there, kicked it off the ground, goes straight to the boundary line. This will be interesting. And the umpire says, throw it in. 16, they make it 19 minutes gone, 24-point margin in favour of Sale. They led at 5-3-33. And Traralgon to 1-3-9.
And I reckon Razor Ray may have done a right hamstring.
Oh.
Keep an eye on him.
Oh,
He's
you're
in the
kidding.
Sale forward 50 at the moment, feeling for that right hand.
Oh, he has too. He's got his hand on it. That's a great pickup, Poppy.
Oh, yeah.
Always keep an eye on the umpires, especially when they look like Razor Ray. Here we go. Sale inboard through Mapleson. Teammate. Geez, he had all the time in the world. Did the big fella Shane Fife. Slipped up. Opened the door just marginally for Sale's White. He's surrounded by half a dozen players, one of which was his own teammate in Wilson. Players desperate to get the ball out, and Jordan Descent, who has done for most of the day, gets a quick kick forward from one to the other, top of the square. Quino, who's been pretty good today for Traralgon in that last line of defence, and earns himself yet another push in the back. So nicely done. Goes short. Tim North, usually a good user of the ball. He looks up forward though. Not too many options except this one short one. And the one short one is Lee Stockdale. Lee Stockdale's left foot kick needs to be perfect. He's not. Thump to the ground. Traralgon under pressure again. Good kick around the body by Wilson again. It's all Sale. A favourable bounce over the back. He's thumped forward by Mapleson, and picking it up beautifully though for Traralgon was Musto. Goes in board, a little bit of room to move there for Hector. He kicks to the advantage of Jackson Hall on the right half-back flank for Traralgon to kick off the ground. I think best result will be boundary.
No.
And guess what? It was a worst result. Out of play on the full. Sale free kick.
Well, they come in board to Fife, and he's able to play, and the lights are being turned on. Now he stops and props. Handballs back to Allison, close to the boundary line. Allison goes in the forward direction of Freeman. That was Desson that goes up, couldn't quite mark it. At ground level, Hector swooped on it for the Maroons. Boot to ball. Lopez direction again, out of bounds on the full. And we've got the lights on here this afternoon at the Sale Main Oval.
That's the 20-minute mark of the second quarter, boys.
Yep, and the lights are on.
It's dark down here.
Sure is. Most of the cars around the Oval as well now getting involved with their lights action. We had it last week at Morwell. We love the support and love the lights on. It just helps us a little bit up here in the commentary box. The ball transfers towards the top of the 50 for Sale, and over it goes, boundary throwing.
Inside 50s this quarter, 15-4 Sales way.
Wow.
Yep. As
Probably reflected nicely in the scoreboard too, isn't it, really?
10-point margin at quarter time. It's now at to 24, Poppy. The ball comes back into play.
Yeah, Nagel. Well, good battle, that one between Nagel and Lippman. Kicked forward, though, by Sale. Good work by Desson. A kick around the body.
Oh.
This is a beautiful goal by Jaden Ellison. And I reckon that could be his second for this afternoon as Sale skip away now to a concerningly big lead over the visitors, Traralgon. Paul Carter, it's a nice little passage of play and a nice little period of play for Sale.
That's a 22-point lead. Rob, at the 22-minute mark of the second quarter, Greenham Gippsland scoreboard is reading 6-3-39 Sale, 1-3-9 Traralgon.
It's around the packs, isn't it, where they're on top at the minute. They're just outnumbering. Their work rate's better. They're harder over the footy, trying to win the footy instead of getting in and tackling second. And it's showing on the scoreboard. They're happy to give one handball and then just kick it long and get that meterage.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They just want a little bit more after their 2-point defeat last week for Sale. They bounce back, and Fife is all alone on that half-back flank now. His kick to Allison. As we said, he's got 2 goals in this second quarter. Has Jaden Allison, takes the mark on the wing. Goes back, kicks towards half-forward, Gooch direction. Going back there, a big spoil by Connor Little, close to the boundary line. Gooch grabs it off the ground and kicks it straight up and down. And with courage, North took the mark, but it wasn't paid because it wasn't 15. He's handball out the back towards Little. Under pressure, the Maroons' defence. A big hit on from Gooch, and another big one on Cameron. And this Sale forward line, their forward 50 pressure's been very good. And we've got a boundary throw in. 23 minutes have gone in the second quarter. The lights are on. It's a cold, wet, windy Saturday afternoon. Hopefully you're enjoying your football on TRFM. Kick at the top of the 50. Wallace overruns it. Full into ground was White. Now he goes again, does White. Drags it in, as does Wallace. And they get back up off the bottom of this pack, and we'll have a ball up. Top of the 50, directly in front, the attacking side for Sale.
Nicely done. Lippman gets a tap. Fall of the ball. Running over the ball, in fact, was Ambler for Traralgon. Quick kick forward, though, by Kane Martin to within 30 metres for Sale. Out the back of the pack. Could this be another one? Freeman kick, no, off the boot, smothered. Nicely done. A free kick Traralgon's way, fortuitously, for Fajenovic. So Fajenovic, just when he needed a free kick or a break, he got it. And on that left leg, he casts his head left and right to find an option. Goes towards the outer side of the ground, the defensive side of the ground, looking for Wilson. Couldn't find that player. The boundary line will win out again. Well, it's one out for most of the day. It's been boundary line first, Sale a clear second, then a long way behind Traralgon. 6-3-39, Traralgon 1-3-9. Ball, left half forward flank for Sale. Lippman gets front position, can't get out of the way of him. Tim North, a kick forward. Guess what? Boundary throw in.
Nathan Scarr at ground level for Carper Country. Hamstring watch on Razor Ray Sexton.
All right, mate. I'll keep an eye on him. He hasn't moved much, has he?
No. As Poppy alluded to, a major breaking story here in the Gippsland League. As umpire Sexton may have twinged a Hamby, but in true colours he's fighting on from the stoppage round the body from Nagel. Got it towards their half-forward line. White met it, gave a handball off to Hector. He lowered the eyes and missed him. As going back with a flight there was Sweeney. The target was Hildebrand, but Sweeney, just in between them, was able to take the mark and slow things up. He goes towards that far side with a, well, it meant to be a drop punt. It was a wobbly talk. Wallace marked it. He can come into the middle of the ground, and then Mapleson's all on his own. He can mark, he turns, he's got one on all right, and that is Jordan Dowsett. He marked, played on quickly, gets around 1 or 2, gets to the favoured left foot, has a shot at goal, and should have done better from where he was at. It's a minor score. He did all the build-up, was fantastic, and just couldn't execute at the end. Minor score, Greenham Gippsland scoreboard, Paul.
Take Sale to a 31-point lead at 6-4-40 to 1-3-9.
So Fajenovic brings the ball back to Hall. Hall goes out of side to Hector. Hector from just short of right half back looks up, and he can see a lot of black and white and a whole lot of maroon and white, but it's a big body of players that he needs to get over. The Lippman punch spills over the back of the pack. Traralgon have got a breather here. They can just find some room to wiggle. They can through Ambler, inside forward 50. It's going to be a target in Hildebrand. He marks from 55, in fact, centres the ball up, but positioning himself nicely was McKay, and McKay takes a good, strong mark under pressure. It was a nice Traralgon build-up, but as they've done on a few occasions this quarter, they've fallen down at the last hurdle.
Sale's defence has been fantastic. Out direction in Lippman. Front and square there was Ambler. Handball, that though, picked off by Lippman. Quick kick around the body from 5. Traralgon are on here. Hector gave it to Wilson. Wilson delivers it inside 50. Ronke's got the spot. Jackaway was good as well. No one could mark or spoil. And it cleared those two, and it went over for a boundary throw-in. And you're exactly right, Poppy. It's that build-up, that lead-in kick inside forward 50. It's either been Sale's defence has been really good, or the poor decisions going inside.
100% correct there, DC. 100%. And I tell you what, Colo would be ripping his hair out at the moment. As they start to get themselves back in the contest, they try to do it through Stockdale. Spills out. Ball, you know, it's a real dogfight by Sale. They're really showing everything a good side does. Kona Little's kick, Ollie Vines drops off. Now a big opportunity for Traralgon to goal.
Again, Sweeney.
4 on 1.
Look at the numbers.
4 on 1 against Sale it was.
Sweeney.
And Sweeney, the Sale player, put his body on the line 4 Traralgon players jumped on him, but he managed to save a ball up.
And that's the exact one we're talking about. You wouldn't mind just a little bit of off-the-play shepherd that will allow someone to take an uncontested mark. Again, they clear it out, Sale. Good work there by Dowsett. He gathered it, kicked it towards the middle of the ground. Yench leads Brad Descent. Yench has got a bit better toe. Coming to help now is Jordan Descent. Great work. Helps his brother out in Brad. Brad now gets it, squeezes to Freeman. Checks his kick, comes inboard to Glenane. That's Jackson Glenane has it. He's too far out to score. We're still a couple of kicks away. Goes towards Jordan Descent. 2-on-1. Kept his feet, does Jordan. Swings around the left foot. Hot spot. Hall. Sliding mark. Great work by the Traralgon defender. Big moments for Monticello's this afternoon. Ballantine Scotch to warm you up. 700ml, $32. As Jackson Hall's kick clears the defence, but missed the target. It goes over for a boundary throw in.
It's got some toe, boys.
Yeah.
Jeez, he's quick.
He sure has. And no doubt Coach Shane Fife will be encouraging to do that.
You thought he was quick. You should have seen Daryl when the Pies come into the commentary position.
As Ambler from the stoppage around his body, got it towards the wing. Fife, as he always does, is the lone range of the quarterback back there. Gave a handball backwards to Ronke. He's kicked half forward. No one could mark it. Quino was good. Gave it to Hector. Squares a kick to Hall, who can take the mark. Inside his defensive 50. Gooch eagerly mans the mark. His kick missed the target of the wind. Allowed a spoil to come in. Great work. The best on ground this afternoon for the new Mercedes X-Class at Mercedes-Benz Gippsland. You can test drive the first of the new kind today. Has to be Jordan Descent at the moment. He's been in everything at the moment.
He's been sensational, hasn't he?
16 disposals to this time and 3 inside 50s.
Not quite half time either. Well, there we go.
Right on cue. It is Sale 6-4-40, leading the Maroons 1-3-9. It's been all Sale. They were 10 points in front at quarter time. They've extended now to 31 points. And as we said, Jordan Descent is the leader out there for the Magpies. He's got 16.
Right now, pick up a delicious Mick Oz burger with small fries and a small Coke. All for just $5. A little goes a long way at Macca's. Available 10:30am to 2pm for a limited time. Excludes Mick delivery.
50 months interest free. No deposit, no interest with 50 equal monthly payments until July 2022. Harvey Norman massive half-yearly clearance ends this weekend. Big savings across all categories. Minimum financed amount $750. Approved applicants only. Interest applies if you do not comply with terms and conditions. Fees and exclusions apply. See website for details. Last chance for 50 months interest free store-wide. No deposit, no interest with 50 equal monthly payments until July 2022. Harvey Norman massive half-yearly clearance ends this weekend.
For Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland stores, it's Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Yeah, welcome back to the Stalemate Oval. Third quarter has got underway here. Nothing to report as yet. The ball is at the top of the 50 for the Maroons. For Sale, that is. Hector was the one from the stoppage. He cleared it out towards the wing where Yuri was, along with Ronke. And a kick off the ground there by Lee Stockdale went directly to the boundary, boys, but we've got a boundary throw in as we'll get some scores from around the grounds this afternoon, all for Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland stores. Poppy, what do you find for us?
Leongatha half-time 7-7, Morwell 1-3. A 1-point margin in favour of Druin over Bensdale at half-time. Moe 4 points behind Warrigal. Maffra 6-11, Wonthaggi 1-3. That's at half-time. And of course, as you know now, Traralgon trailing by 31 points here at Salo.
So Ambler was the one, gave it to Marsh. He handles over the top to Little. Back to Ambler they go. Could be run down from behind. No. Got the handle away to Nagel. Inboard now to Yench it was. Squeezing kick to Musto. Unloads with a right foot kick inside forward 50. Jackway in the front spot. Great spoil over the back there by Thacker. And that was Margaret. A quick handball back out. Dowse was there. Inside the defensive 50. Crashed his way through. On that occasion was Marsh. Ambler put boot the ball. Jackway. Swing goes back. Front and square.
Must be a goal.
Hildebrand just has to pick it up. Gave it to Hector around the body. And to open the third quarter was Chris Yuri in the end. 2 minutes in. And that's the way the Maroons need to start.
Yeah, that's a good start. And boy, Collison at the break, he was up and about. He said that they're still right in it, even though they're 30-odd points down. What they're going to do, boys, this quarter is go man on man a lot more. They said that Sale had just too many men coming off the square and they're free too much. As you can see as well, obviously not on your radio, but Jackson Hall's up in the forward 50 as well, boys. So obviously trying to create something up in their forward half.
that first goal for the third quarter. It came at the 2-minute mark for Traralgon, reducing Sales' lead to 25 points on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Sales 6-4-40, Traralgon 2-3-15.
Well, Traralgon have gone man on man, except for the wings. Both wings for Sale are all on their own at the moment. As the ball goes up, there's a free kick. No, the umpire said, I threw that the wrong direction. I'm going to do it again. So they're just going to wait and reset for the guys to get back out of the square now, as Lippman will go up against Nagel. Now the whistle goes. And what's happened here? Well, the second ball up caught a few players off guard. It was Jackson Hall, the one that encroached. It allowed Sale to kick it inside 50. They go. Quick kick off the ground there by Laverty. Coming out to meet it is Little. He did well. He got tackled though from behind. Chasing that one quickly is Dowsett. He's got some wheels, we know. Collins gave it to McKay. Short little kick to fight Martin. Play on to the umpire. Kick around the body. Laverty can't mark. Down there was Gooch. Got driven in the ground from Cameron. Play on, said the umpire. Laverty goes again. Handball's out to Martin. Martin on his favoured left foot. Kicks to the hot spot. No one can mark it. Back there, Yench tackled from behind. Traralgon are going to get away here through North to Little and lowers the eyes to Nagel. Poppy.
So Nagel on a right half-back flank, kicks along the line. Targets to plenty, and he dropped what he should have taken. That was a Jackson Hall, but it kicks forward. First player there is going to be Yuri, the last goal scorer from outside 50. Pushed as he kicked, had to play on the full. Good pressure there by Lockie Ronke, who's been good for most of the day at Sale. He'll also pick up this free kick, change direction in defensive.
Wow.
Risky kick.
Yes, but it might just come off. Laverty, it squeezed through to him. His handball back to Sweeney was okay. Hildebrand that now will close. Sweeney, boot to ball. Close to the boundary line it goes. And over for a boundary throw in. And Poppy, I caught you off guard. I now know why. We've just had these beautiful lattes delivered for us up in the commentary box. We have 4 and there's only 3 of us up here.
Yeah, coming up. Oh, that's disappointing.
And I don't drink coffee.
Who could the fourth one be?
But we've forgotten about the guy who's frozen down at ground level. Thanks very much to the Sale Football Netball Club. We know they look after us every single time we come out here to the nest. And they're happy supporters at the moment as they lead by 25 points. We've got a boundary throw in with Lippman and Nagel. Nagel put it down to his left hip. Hector was the one that was there, along with Stockdale. No one could really win it. Quino tried to put a tackle on. Falling over was Wilson. His handball was smothered. North did well. A quick kick by Musto goes high up in the air. Great mark by Nagel.
Oh, I thought he played on. If he didn't play on, it must be 50, surely.
Yeah, absolutely. You're dead right. And Nagel actually thought he did as well because he tried to quickly get rid of the handball. And in the end, they said, no, Mark, go back and kick it. And he does. Inside 50 it goes. Big pack. No one can mark. Fife was back there for the Magpies. Handball's out in the open. It allowed Martin to... that was not Martin. It was Laverty to run onto it. Keep it in. Just. Now it goes over. 15 metres around from their goal. And we've got a ball up.
You'd be pretty happy if you're the Maroons coach at the moment because they're starting to show a bit. I mean, the target would have been just to eat into that margin by three-quarters time and give themselves a silly chance. They've got that at the moment. They're into 25. If they could claw back a little bit more as Kane Martin eases the pressure for Sale, goes towards the outer side. Kona Little, first player there for the Traralgon. All players beaten by boundary. Boundary throw in. Left half forward flank for Traralgon. They've had a majority of the play of this third quarter, albeit for 6.5 minutes, but they're within touch.
They've got one. A big moment in the game. They need to get a couple in a row, do the Maroons. Front square in the Oak list. Couldn't quite gather it. You got a couple of more scores around the grounds for us.
I have indeed. Going to be Gippsland if you like. Half time, Yarragon 5 goals 4. Ballara yet to score. Yallourn North 7 goals 4. Hill End 2 points. Newborough yet to score. Yanar 5 points.
Gee whiz.
Mooboo North 5-6 36. Morwell East 1-2-8. That's disaster for the Hawks. And Trafalgar 3-2. Thorpedale 1-1.
Match of the round there in mid-Gippsland footy from the stoppage.
You're trying to get us Yarragon's winning 5-0.
Yeah, true, exactly.
Well,
right.
Sale go forward. Chain of handballs. Laverty to Martin. Martin kicks inboard, well read by Yench of the Maroons to mark, unopposed in the end. They need to be daring. They need to switch, and now they need to look inboard. It went out to Vicenovic to come inboard. That's the one they after, to Wilson. Can he turn and go again? No, he hasn't really got one. Sale's defence has been really good this afternoon. They work as a unit as Wilson puts it towards the wing, and that's where they wanted it to go, Sale. They've got numbers, but Nagel's up to it in a pack of Sale players. Took a nice mark. True centre wing. Comes to centre half forward.
Wow.
Danger kick. Jordan Descent goes up. And the best on-ground performer this afternoon, in the end, takes an easy mark. Kicks it towards the half-forward flanking Gooch. Presents and marks on his chest. He can move it quickly. Martin and Laverty is there. Laverty direction, but it's going to be a short kick. Vicenovic picks it off for the Maroons.
He does it well too. Looks for a target in the corridor. Doesn't have one. Goes towards the outer side. The target will be Jackson Hall. He takes the ball, does Jackson Hall. He'll kick long. A lead is on. Nice lead too. Hildebrand over that player's head. First player there will be Laprise. Can he keep it in? Left foot kick. World Cup-like. Finds a target. That target was Broadbent. He was beaten to it by the boundary. In fact, he kept possession, but was pushed over the boundary line. Traralgon continue their attack, Nathan.
Sorry, that was Socceroos like there. We got it to the forward line, but we just couldn't finish it off.
Just missed the target. Good call. Ball thrown in. Lippman, front position. Kick off the ground. Traralgon offline. Bad luck, Lee Stockdale. But they edge another point closer. 4 straight kicks the difference now for Traralgon, who sit behind Sale. Sale 6-4-40, and Traralgon will edge to 2-4-16.
16,
Thanks, Paul.
Well,
sorry, mate, I'm doing your job there.
It's on the
Gets narky about that.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I can see the
McDonald's
look at his face.
Gippsland. McDonald's Gippsland squoreboard as Ronke clears 50 easily, gets out 60. Squeeze the handle out to Marsh. He's on that left foot. Drives in the hot spot. They're going to fly in the front spot. Lee Stockdale, Mark Ronke spoiled. And over for a boundary throw. This is better though from the Maroons.
It is too. You know, actually almost a replica of first quarter where Traralgon did a lot of attacking, didn't make the most of opportunities. They have managed to grab another goal as they did in that first. But as you quite correctly pointed out, they need to back that up with 2 or 3 more to really put the pressure on. You sense some urgency though in Traralgon. They're up and about. Kick to the top of the square.
Oh.
They had the numbers. Kick for goal. Round the body. It was Yuri. Stumbled forward, nicely swept up by Sweeney, and he's got a lot of nice options grandstand side. That player was, in fact, McLinden. And on the left foot, Sale go forward through Laverty. Laverty's cut off nicely and taken high, I thought, by Gordian. Play on was the core. Now there's some room to move as Allison goes towards half forward. Here we go.
Douse.
It's just opened the doors for Douse. Left foot kick. The wind drags it across the face of goals. Will it be beaten to the boundary? Yes, it will. Gooch was hot on the trail of that ball, and it was a nice move. Nice movement forward by Sale. It didn't pay off.
Gee, Mitch Douse swooped on that one. I thought exactly what we're about to talk about. All the play for the Maroons, and then Sale just transfer and go bang. They had a let off, the Maroons. Can they get it out of their defensive 50 now? 10.5 minutes, 24 points they trail by. The stoppage. Great work by Jordan Descent. Squeezed it backwards out to Allison. Top of the 50. Left foot kick. Leading target McLinden. Goes back Freeman. Couldn't mark it. Now he has to work hard a little. Squeezed a handball. Overrunning it there was McLinden. And it's gone over for a boundary throw-in. But still, Sale press. The Maroons need to stick strong here. As Lippman will be the ruckman that will come out of this. Allows Gooch to take it up against Nagel inside the 50. Ambler tried to hack one out of the air and then put a bit of pressure on. Hector kicked around the body. He'll hope for the boundary lines. Coming back. Glenane has it. Left foot kick. A big pack inside 50. They go. The Descent boys couldn't mark it. Nagel does well. Shrugs a tackle. Blazes away to gain a little bit of meterage. Good work back there. This time it was by Hurley. Has to go again, does Hurley. There's a free kick. And it will go in the way of Mapleson for Sale. He's right in the centre square, the attacking side of it for the Magpies. But Traralgon have got some good numbers back. There's Mapleson. Oh, it's a shocker, but it's going to come off because they went lateral a little bit. Martin, left foot, usually a beautiful kick. Goes over the top of Freeman's head. Big spoil over the back from Cameron. Running onto that one, didn't have the football. Dowsett. And Jordan Dowsett just played that professionally then, didn't take possession as he ran onto it. Emphasised the holding the man. The umpire rewarded him with the free kick. What do you think of that one? Oh, as he goes inboard, I'll come back to you in a moment. Poppy, what do you think of the free kick?
It was there, but
Yep.
it was just silly play. Traralgon defence, they had 18 players behind the ball, but they're still allowing a little bit too much room for Sale. They're just going to the right position, Sale. Traralgon are hanging on, but they're hanging on by a thread.
Well, Dowsett, his kick was the inboard one to Mitch Dowse. who will have a shot. We've got a great angle of it as Nagel comes off. Keep an eye on that one. Starts at left, and where's the wind?
Oh.
Well, it brought it back a millimetre, but it was enough to hit the upright. And on a day where it's blowing 25 kilometre per hour gales, it couldn't bring it back enough for a goal. Paul.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Sale leading by 25 points. We're playing 13 minutes in the second quarter. Sale 6-5-41. Traralgon 2-4-16.
Nathan for Carpet Country.
Yeah, it looks like a left knee to me, mate, but I'll find out more.
Thank you.
Little goes across the ground.
Oh,
What a
oh,
kick! Well, I'll tell you what now. If you recall the Winter Olympics final, when Steve Bradbury stood up and everyone around him fell, it was Ollie Collins that came sliding in, and
he lost his footing.
As funny as it looked, it's a let off for Traralgon because that change of direction was a risky kick.
It was, as Broadbent takes a ruck against the big ruckman in Lippman. Bailey, underground handball out towards the run of Mitch Musto. He overran it in the end. He goes back in again, down on all fours. Good work there by Collins, who has recovered after that slip. He would have slid a good 5 metres and then lost his footing and landed on his back. So again, Lippman, nice little tap to the hip. Allison read it nicely, got tackled, then squeezed a handball out. Great little work by Freeman. Had a fresh airy though. Oh, crashed in Collins again. It's gone over the top of the pack on this occasion.
Yeah, he's rattled. I can tell you right now, what looked like Torval and Dean finished like Eddie the Eagle.
There's a free kick though.
A free kick, so Sale have got the free kick just outside 50, and they go for it again. The lead's on. Nice lead too, out the back of the pack. First player there for Sale was McClendon. Overrun that ball. Nicely done though by Stockdale. And in fact, in the end, it was Mitch Musto, who's been pretty good and strong for most of the day, who held the ball in. So a ball up. It's 25 metres directly in front of Sale's goals.
Up they go. Good little tap by Broadbent. Straight down into Ambler. He tried to give it up to Hector. He got ripped off the football and will win a free kick. And it was in the end Wilson, it is, not Hector. Of course, when he's upside down, 12 looks like 21. So Wilson was the one. Wins the free kick. Kicks it out wide to Little. Marks, defensive 50. So this is where Sale's defence has been really good. This outlet kick from the defensive 50 has really caused Traralgon to turn the ball over. Neocleus has it. This is an important one. He comes in board dangerously. Here they go again, Sale. Martin. Gooch was in there. Martin gets it back to McKay. He handballs out wide. Traralgon have to work hard, and they do. Vicenovic to Marsh. Left foot kick down the wing. Looking for a target there was Lopez. Did well on the second effort. Squeezed a handball out to Jackway. Close to the boundary over. And in the end, probably a good result. You gain yourself 50 metres. You get a ball up, a stoppage, a boundary throw-in it is, and allow the troops to come and reset.
So Lippman will contest this one for Sale. He'll be up against Broadbent for Traralgon. Lippman gets the front position, gets the tap down. Nicely rode though by Tim North. Left foot kick around the corner in the direction of Musto. Overruns the ball. Sale, first player there was Douse. Douse pulls it out. Now Traralgon got a chance to go forward through Tim North again, and off they go. Nice kick inside forward 50 by Tate Marsh. Kick smothered. I get another crack at it, do Traralgon. Tell you what, tough in there. Jack Mapleson for Sale clears the area towards right half-back flank, and Jade Ellison takes the kick, goes inboard, searches for the corridor, gets the corridor, can't find a teammate. Now Traralgon will go forward again. Can they make more of this opportunity? Spills out towards left half forward flank. It's Tate Marsh who's kick inboard towards forward 50. Can't find a teammate. And beautifully rode by Brad McKay, who kicks towards centre half forward.
Oh, Gooch marks on his chest. There's an open forward line. McKay ran on, rushed the kick. It got inside, 1-on-1. It is Descent and Yench. Yench has got some good speed. Gathers it on the second time. Slips over. Able to get a handball to Vicenovic. Back to Quino. They relieve the pressure of the Maroons. Kick it out wide. Lippman causes the contest on Hector. And over for a boundary throw in. The Maroons are holding strong at the moment as the rain again starts to fall at the Sale Main Oval. 25-point margin. And we've travelled 17 minutes into the third quarter. 6-5-41 Sale. 2-4-16 Traralgon.
So Lippman, front position again, but it's Broadbent who gets the tap down. He finds a teammate, he can't. Ball to be thrown back in. First player there was Hector for Traralgon. So Traralgon applied a bit of pressure early. Sale have responded pretty well. The game's evened out somewhat now, but still Sale hold a nice lead of 25 points. Ball thrown back in. Traralgon handball forward. Can't pick the player, but it was now Janine, who actually was first player there. Glenane, who was first player there. The rain is starting to come down with a bit heavier now. And under the ball for Traralgon. Well, I tell you right now, there's
plenty around
There's plenty around the ball. 5 or 6 players from either side. And no one can get a clean possession. At least this one can. Lee Stockdale, one-on-one contest from 25 out. Traralgon with numbers at the fall of the ball. First player there will be Yuri. Good defensive work by Sale, though, in Nick Dowse. And he finds the boundary. They're just not getting the people at the fall of the ball as they're going forward, Traralgon, at the minute.
I reckon the flow is similar to the Maffra game, Poppy, that you say. And Traralgon seem to scrap and have the footy a bit, but when Sale get it, they go forward quick, exactly what Maffra did in the same game.
Horizontal rain at the moment, inside 50. Good work by Musto. Tap over the top. Allison was a strong one. Lee Stockdale put his head over the football with Dowse in there as well. And that was of the Nick variety. And a Traralgon player just on his haunches there looks to be Yuri, who caught one in the solar plexus. And Lee Stockdale from the stoppage around his body goes close to the line. And Shane Fife. Numbers for Shane Fife this afternoon, Paul. He's
just 9 at the moment.
He's sort of been manned up today as Ronke. And Yuri looks to come off. Keep an eye on kick from Ronke. He's got it to the wing. No one's touched it. Running onto that is Mitch Dowse. He can run. We've had 2 kicks and we're inside forward 50. Brad Desson goes up. Couldn't mark on the second effort. Handball's over the top. Good defence by the Maroons. Handball backwards there from Goydian. Gave it to Quino. His kick, it's a wobbly one. Gooch will be the intercept mark. Well, what a kick from Lockie Ronke from fullback. It landed on the halfback flank. It travelled to the wing. And Mitch Dowse read it beautifully, ran onto it. And with 2 kicks, we're deep inside Sales forward 50. Traralgon are up to it though. They got out of it. However, the kick coming out of the defensive 50 was poor as Gooch slid down and marked. And now he comes. He's put it to the right. It's going to go that direction and go over out of bounds on the full. Well, another let off for the Maroons.
He's threatened that, hadn't he, Ronke?
Yep.
Out of fullback. That was a massive kick.
Might have to get the message out at 3/4 time for the Torp as the kick came back in towards the Allison direction. He puts it back on the boot, inside 50. Again they go, the Magpies. McLinden tried to create something to hit it over his head. Wilson kicked it out. Here we go. Ronke, have a shot. He's about 85 metres out. Ronke, right foot drop punt to the hot spot. Standing underneath it, Jordan Desson. Big spoil by Bailey Cameron. It allowed Marsh to kick it off the ground, but I've got a feeling it's coming back. It is. Sweeney gave it to the run there of Dowsett. He kicks it inboard. It's a wobbly one. Over the back, McLinden. Can he run onto it? Connor Ambler's there. Great work. Rushed it through for a minor score. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard this afternoon. Australia's most popular barista-made coffee only at McCafe.
It's 6:42 Sale, leading by 25 points over Traralgon, 2-5-17, coming up to the 21-minute mark of the third quarter.
So Hector gets the ball as a result of that kick in. It was nicely done by Yench, who's right half-back flank. Well, poor play really. Traralgon need to at least grab one more goal in the dying minutes of this third quarter. They'd give themselves half a chance. Sale get the next goal. Traralgon might just drop their heads a bit. Traralgon get the next goal, they'll be up and about. The game's in the balance here, 21 minutes into the third quarter. 25 points is the margin. Traralgon, first player there. Nicely done. Thought it could have been Jackway. He holds the ball in. It's on a 45-degree angle to Sale's goals, and they're 25, maybe 30 metres out, Sale.
This is a big moment for Monticello's right now. They need to stop this one to the Maroons.
Littman will get his hands on the ball first, you'd think. He does, taps it forward. Who's going to be first there? Quino keeps his feet, tries to tap it to the advantage of his teammate, spills through the legs, and now Sale have got the numbers. Quick kick forward by Stockdale. His left foot kick goes towards centre half back like a pinball machine. It bounces back into forward 50, and Sale, taking ball and all, was Adam Wallace by 3 Traralgon players, and there'll be a boundary, in fact a ball up. 45 metres out from Sale's goals, and here come Traralgon.
Yeah, from the back line, it was Musto kicked it towards half forward. Jackaway had 2 to beat. Over the back there is Thacker. Running onto it though was McKay, overruns it, picks it up. Good tackle by Jackway. Marsh was there. Then he just got tackled, gave it up. North handball over the shoulder. They're under pressure. Can they get some clean touches here, the Maroons? Hasn't got the football in the oak list. Taps it through his legs. Dowse does well. Comes out towards Marsh direction. Top of the 50. Good strong tackle. Mapleson got dumped. And we're going to ball up. And the Sale players didn't like that tackle from Harvey Neocleus. He's a tough nut. He's a Gippsland Power representative. He's only young, but he doesn't take a backward step. As Lippman trying to take it. 1 or 2, 3 goes at it. Mapleson again puts it on the boot with a barrel in the direction of Gooch and Cameron. Cameron hand up towards the boundary line. Over it goes. Boundary throw in. 22.5 minutes gone.
Boys, Jay Nagel came back on for about a minute and a half, and he's back off again. He's sore. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think it might be a left knee.
Well, keep us up to date with that one. It could be a big blow as Broadbent has to take a lot of the ruck duties there. Jensch didn't take possession. Got tackled as well. Ball at ground level through the legs of Martin Wilson for the Maroons. The dangerous kick in board needs to be a good one. Rocky put one hand out. He got it. Coming the other directions was Little. Good work by Mapleson to pick it up. Now he's composed under pressure. He turns around, delivers to McGlinden. He dropped the chest mark as he was sliding and then put on a great tackle. Play on, said the umpire. Ball in dispute and inside forward 50. The umpire lets it go. Numbers everywhere. Vucenovic is there. Wallace is there. Little is there as well. You can just about name all of them. There's a big pack. We're going to ball up 40 metres out from Sales goal. They're holding on. Only just dodged the bullet there. Nice work. Lippman tapped down. Good work. He butters up with a possession. Handballs it forward. Edging it forward, but a quick kick to relieve the pressure was, I'd reckon it could have been Vucenovic, who goes towards that outer side. The race is on now. First player there is Little for Traralgon. And guess what? Beaten to the ball by both Mapleson and Boundary. So it'll be a boundary throw in on the intersection of forward 50 and Boundary. Sail into attack, outer side of the ground. Rain still drizzling down. Wind still tumbling through. Margin still 25 points. Nearly three-quarter time, you'd imagine. Another ball up, another boundary throw in. Connor Ambler was the one out there. Now just a report out of the Traralgon game. The Leongatha Morwell game. Blake Van Roy hasn't touched the football yet. He's in all sorts of strife, is Blake. As a ball here come back into play. Blake knows we love him. As a free kick, holding the ball. I think that was taking it out of the ruck, was it? As the free kick will go in the way. 50. Well, Martin doesn't agree with that one. As it looks to be, is it Musto in the middle of the ground? I'll have the free kick. Could be White as well. We'll work on that one as it comes right into the middle. 50-metre penalty was played. A long kick inside forward 50. Lopez, 2 bites, yes. He's got it.
Ooh,
at the 25-minute mark of the second quarter. Third quarter, I should say. We've only had one goal scored, but don't think there'll be too much time here. As Martin, after giving away the 50, the discipline to come off. And that's what he's doing. The prime on-baller for the Magpies. Dylan Lopez comes in. He's got one this afternoon. He's looking for 2. As we said, Yuri, the only goal scorer in this third quarter for both sides. And that was way back at the 2-minute mark. Lopez, a much-needed goal for the Maroons. A big moment for Monticello's as Lopez comes in. He starts it to the right, and it comes back nicely. Traralgon have got 2 in the quarter.
He's one that can hold his head high so far, Lopez. I reckon he's been really good. He just crashes back. It's one of the only times that Traralgon have got the ball forward. It was off a 50-metre penalty, and it actually had a lot of speed. It allowed Lopez to have a one-on-one, and when he's in them situations, he's really hard to beat. He's got great hands, and it was a really good mark in terrible conditions.
Well, Traralgon, against the odds, have got themselves at least within arm's reach. They're 19 points down. And we've only got maybe a minute or 2 of this third quarter at best. Ball back in the centre square. Contesting the ruck, Broadbent and Littman. Goes towards in Sales advantage. Player there though for Traralgon. In Traralgon is Jack Musto. So Musto goes towards our grandstand side, and Jackson Hall takes a good mark on the lead too. Just short of right half forward. Kicks inside forward 50. Laprise is the target. Traralgon with numbers at the ball, but they overrun it. One of those players was Hildebrand. For Sale, Mitch Diles comes in.
And the only spot on the ground, Poppy, that we can't see.
Yep.
I'll talk you through it, boys.
Yeah, great work. The corporate box down there here at Sale. We've got the prime view in the house here on a cold day. Ball comes back into play. Littman with a double fister towards the boundary line. And Nathan Scarra.
Geordie Descent just gets it out there, boys.
Hit out number 51 to Jack.
He whiz.
What number, mate? 51?
51.
What's the all-time record, Paul?
About 54 or 6, I think, of the games we've done.
With a quarter to go, He could be on the cards. I'll give it to him again. Yep, and the clearance as well with a scrubby little kick towards the coach's box in Traralgon. And goodness, Nathan, what happened there? Chris Urey just
a slight knock. The boundary's pretty close to the fence.
It
right
is.
Here in front of me.
Measure it out with a bit of a high step out there, Nathan. Needs to be 3.3 metres as per regulations.
4.5.
Okay, good work. Quick kick by Glenane. That lands in the hands of Martin. Sale going to go forward. The direction of Freeman. 2-on-1. Couldn't beat. Great work by Cameron to come in and be that second man up. Scrub a little kick along the ground to North. Oh, neat. Saw it out of the peripheral vision. He was able to sidestep, get around. The boot goes to half back now. Wilson gets a shepherd from Hector, allows him to kick down the line, and closing it quickly there was Dowse. That was Nick Dowse for a boundary throw in. 28 minutes. We've only had 2 goals, but we have had a lot of stoppages, so we expect it to go a little bit longer.
The other quarters have gone 31 and 29.
Lots of stoppages this afternoon. Lippman on a world record pace hit out up against the youngster Broadbent, and he double fisted that one. You could nearly give him 2 hit outs for that. It's gone 15 metres. Strong tackle again. That's close to you, Nathan.
Yep.
And it could be on Hector and Martin. Nathan, get amongst it, as Hector likes to do with the old jumper punch. Martin tries to push off. Umpire Cullis in control. Tells him no more. Back chatting. Again, boundary throw in. Lippman again knocks it down. Oh, good little kick by McKay. Out to Allison around his body with his left boot and got dumped after he kicked it. Nothing there, said the umpire. Go it in. Goes with the handball back to Cameron. Had a fresh air, he nearly got a toe poke on it. Wilson had to work hard. Give it back to Vucenovic. He kicks it high, but Lippman goes back. Can't mark. Lopez misreads it as well. Good work there by Hurley to handball to Allison. Dying moments in this third quarter. Just what Sale need is a goal. Traralgon desperately don't want it to happen. They've reduced the margin from half-time.
You just feel like Traralgon's back on top a bit here, don't you, boys?
Yep.
I'll tell you what I like, Hector. Just that wrestle, that's the old Traralgon that we've seen every time we're around. Just that scraggy wrestling kind of Traralgon.
Well, they were 31 points up at half-time, and now, right on the three-quarter time siren, they've reduced it to 19 points, so a good quarter. But they've still got a fair bit of work to do. Sale 6-6-42, Traralgon 3-5-23. You're listening to Gippsland 2 as well. They reduced it to 19 points. Third quarter, final quarter is underway. Cameron now is going to take some ruck duties, but Lippman still wins it. Running back there was Ambler. Just overran it slightly. Jordan Descent. Now, which way will that go? It will go to Jordan Descent. He did go to ground, and that would be the interesting one. I thought the going to ground and then taking the feet might go the other way. As Jordan Descent drove it inside 50 to Brad. Couldn't quite mark it. Cameron was back there. Handball backs to Broadbent. He's going to have to be quick. He is. Gave it to Hector. Out there was Dowse closing quickly. Ball still in play. Can't see it. Corporate box in the way. Quick kick back in by Jordan Dowsett. Over the back, McGlinden. Tapped it way. Good pick up by Broadbent. He had a one-hander. Play on, said the umpire. Good work there by Gooch to squeeze a handball after Brad Descent. And inside a minute, Brad Descent gets Sale's goal. That's just what they needed. Their first goal since the 21-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, it is. And if there's one way to break a side spirit, it's to score really quick at the start of the quarter. I think it was John Gooch who just fought it out then. It just went in. It was a really deep entry. Gooch just fought and spilled out to, who was it, Descent? Yep. And he finished off nicely.
Brad Descent, actually.
Descent.
Yep.
Sorry, mate.
And on the Turnbulls Gippsland scoreboard, that goal inside the first minute takes Sale to a 25-point lead. They're 7-6-48, leading Traralgon 3-5-23.
And 7 of the 10 goals to that end of the ground, I think, from memory. So it looks as though Sale might be coming home with a kicking end. It doesn't appear to be any real advantage weather-wise out there. Ball bounced down. Lippman, the ruckman, doing the work of a rover at ground level. He tries to handball it out. I'm not sure that it was legal, but anyway. Last man up will be Mitch Dowse for Sale. In fact, he felt as though he got the free kick, and maybe he should have.
Yeah, absolutely. Got driven into the ground. I thought he may have won that free kick. So Cameron's going to take ruck duties, but Lippman, he's good in the middle. He put it down Martin's throat, and we'll do it again.
I think we'll be looking at a world record here for hit-outs.
Don't worry about Max Gorn with his 60. How many we got at the moment?
56.
Yeah, we'll get there.
57.
Again, make it 57. Over the top. Running onto it, Cameron put his head over it. Again, Dowse does well. That was Mitch to half forward. Fife looks to have swung himself forward, the coach, for Sale. Hector was there, boot the ball out towards Marsh on that far wing. He owns the far wings on most Gippsland grounds. On this occasion, he couldn't win it before it went over for a boundary throw. We've got some around the ground scores thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland stores.
Here we have indeed. Let's have a quick look. Leen Gathert, 13 goals, 13. Morwell, 1 goal, 4. Moe and Warrigal. Moe, 6-5. Warrigal, 5-7.
It's a big
Mafra, 11-15. Wonthaggi, 2 goals, 3.
Yeah, the big one there is that Warrigal-Moe game, especially if Traralgon happened to drop this one. They go inside 50, Sale. Front spot, couldn't mark it there was Gooch. Working hard again. He's got Jackson Hall as company. Kicks it off the ground. Brad Descent was there, overran it. Now McGlinden swoops on it. Gave it backwards there to Dowsett. Spins around. Great agility work on a day like today. And Jordan Dowsett gets the goal of the day. The Gippsland Live goal of the day. Great work. Jordan Dowsett.
He's so quick off the mark. His first 2 or 3 steps, he just blows away whoever's next to him, and he just frees up space for himself and to have a nice, clear, free shot at goal. And how good has been the ruck work from Lippman? That was another one there who just set it up for the midfielders to come through and get it on the boot and get it forward. And it's a meterage game, and he's given them first use every time.
31-point lead to Sale at the 4-minute mark of the final quarter. And on the Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard, that sees Sale 8-6-54, leading Traralgon 3-5-23.
In desperation, probably, Cameron thrown into the ruck up against Lippman, hoping his leap might defeat Lippman. Maybe he won that one. Nevertheless, it was Ambler who gets the first use of the ball. His quick kick, he slipped as he attempted to go searching for a teammate. Gooch popped in, won the ball, but only momentarily. Good pressure by Kane Martin. They're really starting to lift the tempo this Sale side now. You can see why they beat Mafra a fortnight ago. Left foot kick by Vujanovic. Finds the centre of Sale Oval, but only momentarily is the big ruckman Lippman. Ever so beautifully, just kicks the ball towards Shane Fife. Shane Fife, hands and knees. Can he find a teammate? No, he can't. Gee, it's going. Sloppy work out there. There's feet and hands going anywhere, but there's no one that's got a clean kick except for Lee Stockdale, who kicks in the lead towards Broadbent. He ticks the ball nicely for a big man. Can he find a teammate? Yes, indeed he can, and he should kick for goal. Speaking of Rowan Hildebrand, who's 20 metres out on a fairly tight angle, mind you, on the non-favoured side for a right footer. His side are trailing now by 31 points.
Waste no time.
No, Hildebrand can bring them back to within 4 goals, and it was a sloppy little kick, and it is offline, obviously. Traralgon 3 goals, 6.
Well, it will be Lonky Ronky to bring it in. This could end up in the hospital, which is at the other end of the ground. Ronky, right foot drop, punt goes 70, I'd say, over the back of the pack. Vujanovic dropped the mark, crashing it was Freeman. Play on, said the umpire. Back of the pack there was Laverty. Gave it to Fife, quickly handballed to Descent. That was Jordan. He kicks towards his brother in Brad. Over the top of his head, the bounce. Jensch goes back, goes one way, then has to go back to his favoured right-hand side. The right boot towards the wing. Vujanovic couldn't mark it. A big spoil from Jordan Descent, who has been one of the best performers this afternoon for the all-new Mercedes X-Class at Mercedes-Benz Gippsland. Paul Carter, his stats.
21 disposals now, Descent.
And 2 goals to boot as well.
Ball thrown back in. Cameron, the lighter player. Lippman gets hands to the ball. Left paw swipes away at it towards Martin. Martin taken, ball and all. Traralgon, 3 players on top. A ball up.
Boys, have a look at the Traralgon forward line. They've got 7 forwards in their forward 50.
I think that's matching off, isn't it, as you mentioned. They wanted to go one-on-one. Fife likes to be the loose one, so they've matched off with Lee Stockdale.
So, ball now towards half-forward flank. That's Sale. Quino, though, geez, just lost a handle on it under a bit of pressure. Quick kick forward. It's all Sale, though. They're moving it nicely. This time it's Glenane, who kicks to within 25 metres of goal, bounces over the head of Descent. That Descent was 23, which is Jordan, and Traralgon under pressure. In fact, they probably want to go for the boundary, can't find the boundary, so they'll go short to Lee Stockdale. Turns, props, kicks on that left foot quickly and finds Jackway. He dropped what he most certainly should have taken, and now Sale through Laverty will probably win this ball out.
Jackway
although he's tackled, ball and all, the boundary line saved him. A potential free kick saved by a boundary throw-in.
Well, Jackaway was angry he didn't take the mark, and unfortunately Laverty was in his way. He just took out a little bit of frustration as Ed Richards throws it back into play. Over the top, Cameron gets a tap down. North was there, tackled, dumped, holding the ball. And Jaden Allison been fantastic for the Magpies as well. As around the grounds for Harvey Norman Furniture, we're going to quick AFL score for you. The power lead Carlton by 21 points, 13-12-90. Carlton at 10-9-69. As Hector for the Maroons relieves some pressure. Kicks it back to Allison where it came from a couple of moments ago. And 7.5 minutes, 30-point margin in favour of the Magpies now. As Allison goes in the direction of Gooch, who goes up, can't mark. Vucinovic over the back, quick kick was smothered. Working hard at ground level was Wilson. Tried to get a handball to Hector, but Laverty was close as well. And enough to cause the fumble and a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, she's slippery and sloppy down there and plenty of pressure too, but Sale haven't taken their foot off the pedal here. They've got a match-winning lead, you suspect, of 5 goals. Given Traralgon have only kicked 3 for the day.
Would you like to swap your tip, Poppy?
No, well, yes, I would.
You would, yep.
But, you know, you've got to stand behind your word, and obviously I said Sale by about 6 goals.
Okay.
From memory.
No, I think you said Traralgon by 3 points.
That's right, I did, yeah.
So we're going to stoppage. Nathan, would you like to change your tip?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'll go Sale by 6 goals and 1 point.
Since Poppy said no, you can say yes. So Allison from the stoppage again. Quick kick. Collins was there, didn't take possession. Gordian now grabs it for the Maroons, squares it across the far side of the ground where Jackson Hall has it. He's got plenty of time. He can pick it up and kick it towards half-back flank. Marsh is out on that wing, couldn't quite gather it, and went one-handed close to the boundary line over.
The difference between Poppy and me is I have no values at all.
I'm not too far behind you, my friend. Not too far behind you.
Ball will come back into play. Broadbent now will take the ruck duties against the world record holder, Lippman, who tapped it down again. Working hard was Musto, just lost the handle on the football. Head over it was Hector. There's a Sale player down in the middle. It looks to be Glenane. And we've got another boundary throw in. Just caught one across the mush on a cold, wet afternoon. Although conditions, Nathan, improving.
Yeah, I think it's raining. I'm actually in the grandstand, boys. I'm not going to lie to you. There's nowhere. I need a laminated sheet off Paul next week. The sheet's gone to water. I've just got to get a bit of shelter for a minute.
Tell you who's gone to water.
Yeah, well.
We've got another stoppage out the far side, ticking over to 10 minutes now in this final quarter. Lippman had a fresh area. Don't give him that one. Wilson over the back, around the body, close to the boundary line, and over. Out of bounds on the full.
Lippman's on 60 hit-outs.
60 hit-outs. Laverty, free kick there. We'll kick it down the line towards Descent. One hand up. Second effort was good. Tapped it out. Traralgon got a couple of numbers there. Quino was one of those. Glenane's there, recovered from that hit a couple of moments ago. Dowser's got his head over it as well. Scrappy play. Quick kick from Broadbent. Goes to the middle of the ground, but it's all Sale. And it is a quick chain of hands. Douse handball is the kicker. Inside to Freeman, who elevates vertically and takes the mark 45 metres out. Very slight angle. And this is where you want to kick him from, I reckon, on this ground on a day like today. The breeze will come from his right to left. He's on the right-hand side of the goalpost. It will be a perfect kick if you hit it towards that right goalpost. As Freeman looks to join the party. He has one this afternoon. From about 45, starts it right, it comes back beautifully, and that's exactly where you want it. He does the double high fives as he comes off the ground as he kicks the goal. Sale home.
Yeah, they're definitely home now, and the difference has been around the footy. I reckon they've just beat Traralgon up, and the games that we've seen Traralgon win are the ones where they win around the footy. So they've beat them at their own game, and the difference as well, when they go inside 50, Sale go in quickly. Like, they're straight in, whereas Traralgon, it's contested, it's slow, and it's making it hard for their forwards.
11-minute mark of the final quarter. Sale leading by 36 points, 9-6-60. Traralgon 3-6-24 on the Turnbulls Gippsland scoreboard.
So to be coming up against Lippman again. Let's see if we can get one more to Lippman. We can. Finds a teammate. No, only momentarily, because Ambler handball more in hope than anything else. The race is on. First player there will be Sale's big man in Shane Fife. Left foot kick off the ground. Only goes as far as Cody Wilson. Takes the game on. From the centre of Sale Oval, kicks to within 45. Back of the pack, no, couldn't be taken there by Musto. Front of the pack is Mapleson for Sale. Kicks towards the outer side, finds a teammate in Descent. That's Jordan Descent, and he kicks towards left half forward flank. Races on again. Sale win that races. They've won for most of the day. And Jordan Descent and his teammates edge the ball forward. Millimetre by millimetre. Spills inside the forward 50. The race is on. Martin with the left foot and a little bit of room to move. And he goes, bang. Thank you very much. That's a contender also for the Gippsland Live goal of the day. Absolute cracking goal to put a cherry on top of this great performance by Sale. They have been impressive in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, they've been impressive, all right. How good was his sidestep there? And he
Class.
had Quino right down his throat, and he just did that little sidestep around to the left and just kicked it around his body. What a cracking goal.
Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard, 12-minute mark final term. Sale 10-6-66, leading Traralgon 3-6-24.
Just keep an eye on Jaden Allison too.
Yeah, I was saying, I reckon it might be a bit of an ankle, mate.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay. He's been a good, prolific ball winner in the middle. Martin again. Lippman tapped it straight down to Martin's throat. He drove it inside 50. McGlinden's got some pace. Didn't take the football. Hall kept his feet. Now he dives on top of McGlinden. And we're going to ball up. Martin's touches today a little bit quieter than expected, but still a good day.
21.
Yeah, he's normally up over the 30, but has been very tough conditions. And he does have a great goal to boot. Big tap by Gooch, hit it to the hot spot. Running onto this McKay, suckers off the ground. And if you thought the cherry was on top, now add some ice cream, Poppy, because this Magpies team, well, they're clinical at the moment. They have kicked 5 goals in a row in this final quarter.
And it's all because of, I know Lippman wasn't in the ruck then, but they get on the move at the stoppages. How good was that? They all just streamed forward out of the stoppage, and Gooch just whacked it forward, and there was 2 or 3. They could have raffled it, running forward onto the ball, and a nice soccer off the ground.
11-6-72 to 48-point lead to Sales. Traralgon 3-6-24 on the Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard.
Allison comes back onto the ground for the Magpies. Looks to be moving okay, which is a good sign. And that is one thing that Coach Shane Fife won't want coming home, is any injuries. Their depth is pretty thin. Quick kick off the ground there from McKay again, half forward. Allison went to ground. Little was there, tapped it out to his teammate. Quick kick by Gordian. Goes back towards the wing. Sweeney goes back, marks. Handballs quickly. The run of Jordan Dowsett. He can go. Kick it towards half forward. Gooch in the front spot. Hall put a hand up as well. McGlinden at ground level, gathers it. Handballs towards the boundary line. Jackson Hall said that's deliberate when he was just trying to gain some meterage. The umpire had nothing of it. And we've got another boundary throw in front of the Sales social rooms here. 14 minutes have gone, and the margin is 48 points. Rod Popplestone on TRFM right across Gippsland and the Valley.
Yeah, score starting to blow out now as Traralgon really are just hanging on. Can't really do much, can they? As Mitch Dowse, left foot kicked within 30. Traralgon have got the numbers, but Sale have got the talent. John Gooch overran it. Free kick to Traralgon. They've been chasing tail for most of the day, and Kona Little will get that free kick. He kicked from centre half back through, really. He's inside the forward 50, come grandstand side looking for Broadbent. Broadbent wants a longer option, directs traffic 40 metres ahead and then goes in that direction. Nice leg too, on the lead, but not taking the ball again was Jesse Jackaway. Keeps possession, nice pick up, good work by Ambler. Handballs forward, taken by Stockdale. Stockdale overruns it. The numbers are with Sale again through Martin. Handball over the top, under pressure. Traralgon regain possession. Left foot kick forward by Vajonovic. And now Traralgon threaten the forward 50, but don't burst through with any purpose. And Sale, with the greatest of ease through 5, will mount another attack forward. They go towards the outer side of the ground. Anyone who can keep their feet will be guaranteed a possession, and it's going to be Sale first, is it? No, they all lose their footing on the outer side of the ground. There'll be a free kick Traralgon's way. Fortuitously for the Maroons.
Looks to be Gordian out there for the Maroons on the far wing. He's going to come inboard directly towards the grandstand. It's going to be a wobbler. It's going to be a turnover. No, it bounced over the top of Gooch's head. Working hard was Little. Squeezed a handball to Hall. Kicks towards the wing. It's going to come back. Great little trap there by Laverty. Hector closes. It's 3-on-1. Laverty does well. The veteran campaigner. Gave it to McKay. To Laverty again. Goes backwards further afield. Sweeney's there. Sweeney can get onto that right foot. Lowers it eyes with a delivery. Kick to Freeman. Drops it. Going to get a handball to McKay. He just unloads with the barrel to the top of the square. Back there. Oh, great spoil by Cameron. It went 25 metres. Marsh can gather it. Run out towards the wing and kick. And over the top there is Hurley. And Liz takes a nice mark on the wing. So Hurley. Shane Warne, a big fan of Zach Hurley's work here this afternoon. Goes towards half forward. The option was Brad Descent. Coming into market there was Connor Little. And he's had a good afternoon. Comes inboard to Hector. Hector Goes up the middle. Quino presents, goes over his head. Collins marks it, plays on quickly. Got around Wilson. Got boot the ball with a wobbly one, and Connor Little takes the mark. Play on. Runs to centre half back. It's pinballing between the two arcs at the moment. Glenane overran it. Great work by White. Missed the handball to Stockdale. It allowed McKay of the Magpies to come in and chip it over the top to Glenane. Marks it, slows things, nearly giving away 50 Yench. Glenane delivers. Little, he's been busy in this last couple of couple of minutes of play. Handballed over the top. Wilson was there, got tackled, got a handball away. Ball now on the wing in dispute. Ronke with strong work. White kept his feet. Tried to knock it forward was Yench. Jordan Descent picked it up, snapped it around his body. Wilson goes back with a flight and mark, sliding.
He's been all right. How many's he had, Paul?
Haven't got Wilson.
I haven't got him. Yeah.
Cody Wilson.
Coming up for his 25th.
He's been called to play on. Kick was smothered. There's a lot of players out on their feet at the moment. Late in the last quarter, Allison went one-handed, overran it. Marsh swooped on it, kicks nicely to Lopez, drops the mark. They're all tired. Mistakes are plenty. Holding the ball by Ollie Collins. Good tackle on Lopez. As Hurley said, I'll just take the free kick, and he didn't even tackle him.
No, good work, Zach Hurley. Goes towards the outer side of the ground and finds his teammate Nick Dowse. Nick Dowse now starts to direct traffic further down. Looks like he's going to go. No, he goes for the punt kick. Threatens the forward 50. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Spills out the back. The race is on. First player there will be Jackson Hall. He loses his footing as so many of his Traralgon teammates have done today. Gooch comes in to lend a hand, as does Gordian for Traralgon. Handball over the top, and Traralgon
coming back.
They've just scooped it through Mapleson, and Sale have turned defence into attack so beautifully, and then have returned the favour back to Traralgon. As for Jennific on that left foot comes grandstand side. The kick was poor. It spilled out of Gench's hands, and now Sale with the easiest of opportunities goes bang. And would you believe it, Martin gets his second of the afternoon, and Sale skip along to an impressive victory.
This is a very impressive victory. I reckon Traralgon just haven't been able to go with them, have they? They've just put pressure on for the whole day. They had probably a couple of moments there in the third where they didn't have as much pressure on the Traralgon team as what they had the rest of it, but you can't give Kane Martin that much room, can you? He'll finish that all day long, every day of the week. 6
goals straight to Sale this quarter in 19 minutes of the final term. They lead by 54 points on the Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard. Sale 12-6, 78. Traralgon 3-6, 24.
Quick check for you in the AFL for Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland stores, and the Port Adelaide Power win it by 21 points. 13-12-90 have defeated Carlton 10-9-69. The other game about to get underway is the Crows and the Eagles, as we'll keep you up to date also with the main game that's fairly close in the Gippsland League, and that is the Warragul Moe game. So we'll get you up to date there. That seems to be the close one. All the others are going as predicted. Except for the Drew and Bairnsdale, we haven't been able to get you a three-quarter time score there just yet. We'll get Poppy onto the phone and see what we can do. There's a ball now at half forward for the Magpies. Neocleus has it on his half-back flank, kicked it down half line. Ronke just decided, I don't want to bend over, I just want to kick it off the ground. He missed it. It allowed Traralgon to go forward. Surely a free kick to Jackway in the goal square. The umpire said no, and now he missed the first one, I think, and the umpire said, you dragged it in, I'm going to pay holding the ball on Margaret Thacker, and Jackaway should have got the free kick early. He eventually got a free kick now. So we'll go back 45-degree angle from about 30 metres out and get Traralgon's first goal of the quarter, as they've been blown out in this last quarter, as Jackway has it, and that is his first of the afternoon. But it's a sorry tale for the Maroons. That's only 4 for the afternoon for them.
Yeah, and they haven't had too many inside 50s. It's been hard for the forwards for Traralgon today. There's no doubt about that. They haven't had too many quick entries. The one there was a lot quicker, and it resulted in a goal, but few and far between them quick entries for Traralgon today.
Yeah. Warragul 8 goals, 9.57. Sorry, Paul. Moe 7.5.47 in that one that hangs in the balance.
And Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard, it's a 48-point lead to Sale at 21-minute mark of the final term.
Lippman knocked it down again. How many's that, Paul?
65.
65. We want to get to 70. We've still got about 8 minutes of play. We've got another stoppage. Here we go, up against Broadbent. And yes, he wins that one as well. Great little tap to Jordan Descent. Good tackle as well by Ambler. And he's been rewarded holding the ball.
The boys up in the booth are pretty keen about this, boys.
Are they?
Yep.
There we go.
Here we go.
Ambler out towards north. Handballs in the run of Hall. Chips one over the top. Oh, nearly losing his footing. There was Hildebrand. He puts on a strong tackle on Sweeney. The kick from Glenane goes down the line. I think Gooch tried to keep it in, and he does
Yeah, he
well.
does. He's got another tackle, boys.
Yeah, can't see a thing. Over to you, Nathan.
Yep, Hall's got it. Gives it to Neocleus.
With a barrel, if you don't mind. That's an exciting play. It's not going to come off, though. As Thacker, Mitch has it.
So Mitch Thacker from right half back flank. He's got a short option. He'll choose it too, you'd suspect. Take his teammate in Jamie Sweeney. No urgency about Sale at the moment. They know they've done all the hard work. They changed direction. Poor kick. Went looking for his teammate there in Lockie Ronke, but found the boundary instead. So Traralgon will hope to get into attack here. They're about 60 metres from home. They're trailing, as you heard from Paul Carter, by 48 points. 8 straight goals in a game that we thought might be closer. Sale and Lippman gets yet another touch. If he falls short of 70, it's going to be a disappointing result for him today. He's so close.
It's radio, mate. Just put him on.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. We've got another chance.
Yep.
We have another boundary throw in, boys. Lippman.
Just give it to him now.
Well, he's got to get there first. Where is he? Here he comes. He's going to get there. Broadbent will be the ruck. Judy's the youngster. He's under 18 player as well. Lippman. Ball into play. Oh, Broadbent does well. We're going to do this again. Ed Richards just dropped it short, and you can understand why fatigue is set in for the young boundary. Now it comes back into play. He's at the back, Lippman, and good tap straight down, but well read by Hector. Good tackle by Ellison. Stockdale put it on the ground. Half forward it goes. Jackway went to ground as well. Tapped it towards the boundary where Connor Ambler is. The underground handball back to Jackway didn't quite come off, and another boundary throw in. What are we up to? 60... too many to count.
68.
68 hit outs. Poppy, over to you for the 69th. No doubt.
Oh, thanks. You give me the 69, you're going to take the glory on 70. I can see it coming.
Oh, no.
He's beaten to it. I've still got a chance. A kick around the corner from Sales Douse. Only goes as far as Traralgon. Nice work there by Kona Little. Taken off him by Freeman. Kicks towards the centre wing, right in front of our commentary position. Nicely done there by Fajanovic. Leading the race for the ball now, though, is Mapleson. Gives off. Nice quick kick forward. Ever so easy in the lead finds Brad Descent. And Brad Descent will kick right on 50, directly in front. He's been good today. He's kicked just the one, but he's presented alongside his brother, Jordan, who's got 2 all day. And they've been 2 good targets to go to. So...
right goalpost, Poppy.
That's it.
Brad
takes the skip. Kicks from 49 off the boot. A little bit of air.
Oh,
and it is perfect.
He loves it.
Nice work, Brad Descent. Kicks his second of the afternoon, both in this quarter, as, again, Sale extend that lead.
And he has kicked 2 this quarter, but he's been brilliant as well. Not many Sale players haven't been great today, but he just competes. He just tries his hardest. He's not probably suited to these conditions as much. He's more of a marking type target, but he just competes all day, and that's what he's done. He's got the reward in the last quarter with 2 good goals.
Right on the 26-minute mark of the final term. Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard sees Sale 13-6-84 to Traralgon 4-6-30.
Well, we had 9 goals kicked in 3 quarters by both sides, and then in 1 quarter we've had 8. But more importantly, we've got another centre clearance as Lippman goes up and knocks it down. He's on 69 hit-outs for the day. Lee Stockdale was the one who cleared it out. Kick off the ground there by Hildebrand. Calls us one. Quick kick by Ambler at the toes of Jackway. Coming through, sidestepping there was White, around 2 or 3 of them nicely. Handball back to Hildebrand. Wobbly torpedo punt into the top of the square, running onto it Marsh. He got tackled from behind. Great work by Collins. And then Collins rushed it through for a minor score. Well, as Marsh tried to swoop on it and get one back, it was a minor score.
Oh.
Rocky's gone the barrel, but he's gone off 1 step, and it's still gone 60. It gets out. We'll get a score for you in a moment. Yench is out there, twisting and turning. Right foot back towards Ambler. Marks it, 60 metres out. Paul Carter margin.
It is a 53-point lead to Sale. We're on 27 minutes of the last quarter.
Not long to go. We want to get 70, but good kick from Connor Ambler. Hit Jess Jackaway up. And he'll go back. And we want a goal here. I wouldn't mind seeing another goal, which would create another centre stoppage. has Jesse Jackway. Yeah. Poppy's taken off the headset. He's practicing for the monumentous occasion. As Jackway comes in, it needs to be a goal. It is. Here we go. Jackway's got it. He's got another one, too.
Oh, he's got two. He's led up at the footy pretty well, I reckon. Most of the day, Jackway's dropped a few marks. He probably should have taken, but he's at least he's led up at the footy. But that's irrelevant, boys. As we go into the middle here.
Over to you, Rod Popplestone on TRFM. Back in the middle.
Well, this is just off the cuff. Littman is going for a world record 70 hit-outs now. For the centre of Sale Oval. And very important I get this right.
He's got the hand up too, Littman, he knows.
The commentary is going to be used worldwide. And Littman gets his 70, a world record hit-outs in AFL football. And Sale go forward again. Nicely done it was too by McKay. A left foot kick inside forward 50, blocked off nicely by Traralgon's Vujenovic, who on that left foot goes through the corridor. Got a little bit of room to move. The kick wasn't quite right, but it spills out the back towards Ambler. He overruns it, tunnel ball-like, and then can't pick it up on the second attempt either. Now Wilson inside forward 50, Traralgon spills out. Here we go, walking goal. Hildebrand says, right goalpost, thank you, hits the post. Oh my goodness.
He can't move either, Littman. Have a look at him. He's walking next to the contest there, and he's had enough.
He wanted to go.
And the margin is 46 points in Sale's favour. We're almost on siren time now.
Collins chips it over the top. They got numbers everywhere. Jackson Glename was one of those marks. He's got down the line Hurley if he wants to go there. Ignores Liz, goes further afield to Gooch. Big spoil. Ambler's played well for the Maroons. Neocleus twisting, gave it to Ambler, gave it backwards to Hector. They go further backwards to Little. Good pressure. By Sale. Gooch put a strong tackle on Hall. McKay came in, squeezed a handball to Allison, fumbled it. Could we get a stoppage here? No. McKay gets boot the ball, goes to half forward flank. Goydian, good little pick up. Took on a tackler, handball to Hector. Hector's kicked down the line. And this should be marked over the back douse. Couldn't quite mark it. He had time, though, to go back. That was Mitch. Goes back again, does Hurley. Collins got tackled. The siren sounds. There was a free kick paid. But the siren sounds on a big afternoon for the Magpies. And they have a big victory. 46 points in the favour of Sale. 13 goals, 684. They put aside last week's 2-point loss behind them. And